Sunday, or as I would love to christen it, it's Shellacking Sunday today, gentlemen. If you didn't already know, it's Jenkins and Suns fan. Who better to give me the Shellacking ratings, gentlemen? Today, it's a welcome party of the upper echelon teams bringing on the lower echelon teams as we witness, what is it, the Cut versus EG and Simply Two Base take on Quincy Crew. Should be an exciting day of beatdowns and action, but Jenkins, I'll start with you. Do you think it's going to be as expected as that? Are we looking at a day of 2-0-2-0, or do you think that we could see a huge upset in order for us today?
I want to be the guy that's talking about the upsets and how there's potential, and I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. We got EG. This is our pride and joy, our bread and butter, so to speak, our toast and jam of our region. These guys got a second place at the major, almost first place. They put NA on the map, so we love them. And then Quincy Crew is the team that we say if they had their full roster, they would have gotten first place. So both of these guys are, major level teams, and the Cut and Simply Two Based are they've both definitely increased in their echelon in the past season of NADPC. Yeah, but there's about 2 between them in EG and Quincy Crew. So that's the issue here. So they could go up 1, but probably not 2.
Yeah, Suns fan, this is going to be the first match back for both EG and Quincy Crew since their adventure off to Singapore at the major, as Jenkins mentioned, with the second place finish there from Evil Genius. But it's a whole new patch and a whole new meta. So if there was a day for potential upsets, just like we saw in Season 1 with a rusty EG, could today be that day?
Absolutely not, Dakota. I appreciate you trying to make it interesting. I have a proposal for you, gentlemen. I have not prepped you in advance. I just thought of this now. The shellacking rate, we can keep it if you guys really want, but I do have a proposal for a potential change here. Okay, let's call it an NADPC changelog patch 2.0. Okay. With shellacking has now been turned into something a little bit more relatable for people. The shellacking didn't really take off like I was hoping for. I was thinking maybe we introduce something a little bit more familiar, the dumpster. Okay, again, very common. We've all said it one time or another. People say it in game all the time. This guy got dumpstered. But I thought a scale system, or sorry, a ranking system for the shellacking was getting too confusing, right? But what about something that actually scales based on our creative minds, like Jenkins over here?
Okay.
You say this team got dumpstered, and then you explain what's in that dumpster based on, like, hot garbage. They got dumpster, and there's a bunch of hot garbage in here.
Okay.
That's like a lower end scale.
So you're giving me, so your brain's putting things out there into the ether, right? And then what's coming into my brain, I'm soaking it up. I'm getting different sorts of things going through my brain, having electricity. And now I'm thinking of stuff. What if we talk about what type of dumpster it is? Where is the dumpster located? Is this a dumpster at the back of a Domino's
You're
pizza?
about to paint a full picture of not just what's inside the dumpster, around and the atmosphere of which. Is it post-apocalyptic? Is it in the desert? Is it post-apocalyptic world?
Yeah.
All right.
The potential's there.
Like
okay. Do you like it at home? Let us know. Hit up the account, Twitter, NADPC League. Let us know if this is a system you want to get behind, or if you think my co-panelists are just simply losing their minds as we get into Season 2 and sucking down way too much of that diet sugary cola mixes as they have. Anyways, gentlemen, we do have some awesome Dota ahead. So let's take a look at actually this past week here. We'll look at the full week because, maybe somebody has missed some of the action that's taken place. We started this past Tuesday with this particular upper division broadcast where it was Zoomers coming out strong with a little bit of that cheesy type for Zoomers way. 2-0 against Penta Ace on that front, and then Picado Squad Gaming pulling out an upset in that lower division. We came back on Thursday, Undying still looking on form, taking down the Cut 2-0, and then we saw Simply Two Based rise up and take down Envy in black and yellow. We come now to Sunday. It's a battle, as I said, teams returning from the major, welcoming in the new former lower division teams, and for these lower division teams, the Cut 2 Based, I can't speak for them to know how often they're involved in maybe some scrims. Do they ever get the opportunity to even scrim the prestigious evil geniuses? Do you even dare? Well, this is your best chance if so, and this may be your best opportunity to soak up as much XP as possible, if you will. And we'll take a look, and closer at today's schedule if you'd like. But Jenkins, how excited are you about seeing Lil Nick versus Abed in the mid lane?
Oh, good Lord. Oh, I not so excited. I like Little Nick. He's a friend of
bright
mine.
Young boy who has a big future ahead of him, Abed. Please don't destroy his dreams.
We've talked about this before. We had the little guy on interviews, and we like how he is. We like that he hasn't had the soul sucked out of him yet. And I believe about half of it will be drained from him today by Abed here, gentlemen.
So what you're saying is Abed will be playing Death Prophet mid. Okay, gotcha.
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe Night Stalker.
I hate to agree with you because nothing makes me cringe more, but I've said this on record. Even though they lost the major, I think Abed was the best player of the entire major, hands down, like consistently throughout.
I don't want to forget, I don't mean to step on your toes there, Suns fan, but as you saw, injected into our schedule. While our broadcast coverage does conclude after Quincy Crew versus Two-Pace, the Beyond Summit channel does continue on. We are going to have Felt versus D2 Hustlers, and I want to say we have our Cryptic and Neff for that. I could be wrong, but don't miss it. D2 Hustlers who have worked their way from the Open Qualifiers as Open Qualifier Hustlers. Let's see if they can become a D1 team in the future. But let's focus back again on this matchup, gentlemen. EG versus the Cut. And if you want to dial it back once more to zero in on the Nick Abed matchup in that mid lane, Suns fan, one thing that was taken back when you look at the performance at the major by EG is Abed played like nothing, right? Abed played only Storm Spirit. So and don't get me wrong, that was the meta, and he had it to the T, and maybe they almost over abused it. But now we have a whole new meta. So how do you recalibrate as Abed to figure out what that one special hero is?
Well, the good news for him is all the spirit heroes were barely changed.
Yeah, Storm's fine.
True.
Storm's still fine.
And if you ignore the grand finals, again, this is why I said I thought the MVP of the entire tournament as a whole was Abed, like the actual best player. It's not up to him to play Storm Spirit 5 times in a row and just get shut down in the last 3 games. But if you'll notice, it's similar to the way that Quincy Crew kind of drafts. They'll draft Abed's hero, at least in the major, really early. You know what he's playing. You can counter him, and he still destroys you in lane. That's what impressed me the most. And if you are able to get something out early like that and still win your lane, that is like the biggest draft advantage you could possibly have. Which is why I was a little bit surprised in the finals that they just kept going to the same hero over and over and over. That felt a little stubborn, but again, if they had just won the game that they should have, which was game 3, then we wouldn't really be having this conversation.
That's classic Bulba, isn't it? Just picking it over and over again.
But that's probably Bulba's doing. He definitely received, I'm sure, his own bit of feedback from that, whether it be from the community and what say you. But gentlemen on the other side, maybe not all uniformed. They don't stand up tall and have the clean posture like EG does, but they have character. And what happens if they step up to EG and they drop a question mark on their ass and tilt them into orbit, right? EG won't know what to do with themselves. They're going to be seeing question marks coming out from the Cut. They're going to look at the Twitch chat because they're stream cheating, and they're going to see the question marks there, and they're going to freak out. And the Cut are going to do it. And we actually have a draft, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do. And let's not forget, let's say some crazy-ass situation happens and the Cut actually pull it off. That could ruin EG's trip to the next major entirely.
Yeah,
one
Dakota,
upset series.
You're right, and that's exactly why I think it's almost guaranteed to be a stomp here today. EG's going to take this seriously. They're not going to they're not going to screw around. They know how much we've interviewed them quite a few times considering they won almost every series last season. They know the stakes for each game. So not looking good for Nick. Oh, well, I guess if Arteezy and Abed are on both teams, then that is very good for little Nick.
Okay, so EG coming out and saying, let's have some fun. It's back to league play, gentlemen. Why not Snapfire as our first pick? Let's go.
So keep in mind, there was a 7.29B patch. A lot of, I would call them relatively minor changes. I mean, the heroes that we were expecting to get nerfed got nerfed, but for some of them, it wasn't as heavy as I thought. Like Beastmaster, we talked about being so overpowered. I think they reduced his damage of his axes by 5, for example, which, you know, it does add up. But at the same time, I was expecting something a little bit more hardcore.
Not enough. Not enough. Still OP. God damn.
Yeah.
I am hearing that the logos are incorrect. So, zoop, never mind. It's not EG with something innovative. That is the cut saying,
okay,
we got the cheese that we're bringing to the table. I hope you like some Gouda.
Okay, I will predict that this is a Snapfire mid. I have seen some NA players playing this mid. Ryoya has been spamming it, of course, whenever he can. This is one of his favorite heroes. And I think probably Nick's taking a page out of his book. You know, these lower division and lower upper division teams, definitely lots of respect for Ryoya as a player there. So, probably taking a page.
Okay. I mean, Lifestealer still extremely strong, really good against Centaur theoretically because he's a beefy boy.
In the lane.
Right. You have I mean, you still need some sort of a Lifestealer bomb that you can jump into that initiates, but at the same time, if Snapfire gets her Ags, then that's another way to initiate for your team as well. So leaves the options open. I don't dislike it at all. And Lifestealer destroys Lion hard. By the way, can I ask you a question? What is the counter to Nullifier? I was going over my head.
Nothing.
It's like
Nothing.
There's nothing. There's literally like hitting BKB first is the counter, right? That's it.
Yeah.
Yule's Force Staff, they don't work against Nullifier.
Nothing. Yeah, neither does Eon Disc.
Does that seem right to you?
No, it doesn't. That Glimmer Cloak thing that you get from tier 3 items, that used to be the counter, or tier 4. Not anymore. It's dispellable.
Okay.
Shadowblade works. But then they just buy dust, and then you have a Shadowblade on Lion.
You have to bait the Nullifier out on something else and hope it's not where it really hurt the most. How important is the Lifestealer locomotive, as it used to be, if you will, like having that vehicle to get in there? Is that still necessary? And how about having Snapfire and Ag Snapfire as that locomotive option? Does that work out well, or will he need additional support to help him out in this game?
I think it's fairly important because this Lifestealer hero, he has been buffed a lot, and this has been great for him. But I don't think he's going to out carry in the late game. A lot of these, like, you know, PLs and Nagas, PAs, like any of these illusion heroes, any of these hyper carries. And I think the way that you out carry these heroes is by just being this infest bomb that's there with like a semi carry, or using the infest in a fight. So basically, I think you need to use the infest well. You can't just not use infest, or use it on creeps or whatever. Like you have to use it in each fight to actually get some sort of advantage. Otherwise, you probably want to just pick another carry.
Yep, I think I agree. Just picking that as your position 1 without building around it is not a good idea. By the way, this is a very cool mechanic, and I think this is the reason they actually picked it up. So first of all, picking Lifestealers could have been, for the most part, going to dissuade EG, at least if they're not being cocky, from picking more strength heroes. But open wounds with Little Shredder. The reason this is good is because each instance of damage that is applied to the target that is open wounded will take 2% max HP in damage. Little Shredder, now that I think about it, I think you need the 20 talent for it to actually properly work. But if it's a core Snapfire, which we don't know yet, that is a redonkulous amount of damage.
It is physical too, so it would be amplified by the minus armor of Little Shredder as well.
Here comes Bane.
I did test this out though. You need the 20 talent, sadly.
Oh.
Or is it 15? Which one changes
the
it
attack
to
damage one?
Yeah, the attack damage one.
Well, it's physical no matter what. It's just I actually don't think the Little Shredder, like, there are some things Little Shredder doesn't proc, even though it is physical.
I know.
It's a weird...
Yeah, I tested this out. For sure, you need the talent. I just can't remember if it's a 15 or a 20 talent.
I think it's 20.
That's too bad. Okay, never mind. Very good.
Some fun stuff as acknowledged the Bane, who's quickly become a high stock 5 pick in this game because of the recent changes. But then Lena showed up. I don't know what that's about. Is it a support Lena? Is this the mid lane Lena for Lil Nick? And then a really no hesitation pickup on this Morphling.
Yeah, this Lena hero is definitely extremely good now. I think people are probably going to underrate it for a little bit because it's been considered bad for quite some time. But the radius on the stun It's ridiculous. I don't know if you guys have seen it in game, but it's like huge. It's so easy to hit stun. You can hit entire creep waves with it. It's like this increasing the centaur stun, and this centaur is getting first phased in a lot of games that we're seeing, and that's like basically the only thing significant that they've changed with him. And then Lina's the cooldown reduction on Dragon Slave means you're spamming more, getting more creep waves, and then she also has mana cost reductions on her spells. So she's and Fiery Soul's buffed so that you have overlap with the stun. The stun is like a 10-second cooldown or something like that, and then she has 12 seconds of Fiery Soul, so you can keep proccing it with just the stun. So Lina's a god tier hero, I think, as a 4 or 5, probably decent.
I was going to say, what position are we looking at potentially though? Support, okay. I mean, she had a lot of potential before, but was just kind of the underpick side, maybe a niche pick here and there. But it's good to hear that her potential's only risen, because we may see the start of something fresh here from the side of the cut. On the other side, though, we didn't acknowledge the Morphling. He got that nerf in the patch, but he still just seems just as valuable as ever. I don't know why that is, but people just keep falling back on him as a valuable option.
Yeah, so I was talking
to that mana.
I was talking to Sammy Boy last night and trying to understand this Morphling thing. Obviously, Zoomers is a team that picks the crap out of this hero, and he was saying that with the max morph, it only costs 50 mana to fully morph strength from full agility. So it's actually not a huge mana cost increase. And then the Q and the W on Morphling, the mana cost of those spells were reduced. So he said that he basically thinks it's strictly a buff, because you're not really fully morphing anything for the most part.
So with that, getting the buff to the other cooldowns, the other cores are getting nerfed already from the patch. I don't see. I guess I could see why Morphling would just now suddenly become an even more top option.
But it does make mana burn way better against Morph still. Theoretically,
it does, but you need to burn him to lower than 50 mana, and it's like at that point, that's a lot of mana to burn through. It's hard to get a hero to like completely 0 mana these days. You need like a peel.
Well, on the cut side, they kept us guessing a bit, but with this Void, I would suspect this is going to be the Lil Nick pickup, and he'll stick with the Spirit Standard, and that Snapfire likely to be a 4/3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like it.
Yeah, you could theoretically get away with 3 if you want to get some farm on her, but you probably need an initiator still. I don't think Void Spirit's really that guy that's going to... I mean, he can initiate to a degree, but it's not the same as like a Centaur, for example, right? Just some beefcake in front, because right now you don't really have a beefcake in front other than like a Lifestealer.
And I would have liked to see that axe. I've heard good things about the axe, but we have yet to see it actually on the field playing.
Dude, that shard is...
It's so stupid, dude. I got owned by an axe yesterday. He did so much damage. He went Manta style, and he would taunt me, and I was Luna, and I would press Satanic plus BKB when he taunted me. I skillfully pressed my buttons as soon as possible. He still killed me.
Good.
2,000
pure
damage.
That was the game you're raging out. I had you up on the side while I was playing Path of Exile.
I was screaming.
Freaking out about that. I remember that now, yeah.
That was so stupid. I was playing with my girlfriend, too. Completely embarrassed myself. Couldn't carry. It was horrible.
You were yelling at
her. So you have Elder Titan, obviously hard counters Morphling if you can get that garbage off, since the minus armor and whatnot.
But that's not the frontliner.
From afar.
Yeah, that's not the meat frontliner. That's like we got in and out initiation, but we got no one who's ready to commit and hit their chest and be like, bring it on. Everyone there's gonna maybe blow up. So please don't.
This is the thing I do like about the lineup, though. You have like the initiating from afar, which isn't as guaranteed. But if you have Snapfire as your 3, you're gonna get an Ags. You spit out Lifestealer. He gets his rage off. He does his attack, and then he can use Infest as kind of like a going back out and then waiting for his rage to come back and then going back in again.
Yeah.
That is pretty nice. Ooh,
Medusa at the end. That is some greed. Okay, gentlemen. Let me know how it is. Quick take right now. I'm going to start with Jenkins on this first one. Who do you think's got it? And you can't pick the same.
EG, the cut doesn't have any way of pushing towers, and EG has better late game.
Okay,
so I saw this in a pub, so I'm going to call that's going to happen, although it's probably not the case. I am predicting Diffusal Lifestealer this game, but EG will
EG will take it. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we got to go into a break first, but when we return, the TriCast returns. We have Lyrical Trent and Owie on the mic, a.k.a. Lent 2000. We'll see you soon.
Dota 2 fans, welcome back. I've got some wonderful folks here by my side that are ready to break down this game at number 1, the cut facing off against EG. Big boys back in town. Trent, we did see the last pick Medusa, a little bit awkward, but if there's anybody that wants to play greedy, it's going to be EG.
Morphling and Medusa, sure, why not? This is the way the best teams run the Morphling, where they're willing to just like run it in the mid lane and then utilize it as a bit of an active hero, right? Making its way across the map. Is there any concerns of not getting enough farm, do you think, Howie, or are they all good?
I believe, Howie, that you might be muted. Are you alive, you person? Hello?
Does he exist now? Oh, he's good now.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
You were waxing philosophic about all the greatness of why they picked Medusa. Regale us again. Let us know what's up.
Because I think potentially Morphling won't carry this game. He's against a lot of burst damage and an ET. So they picked this Deuce hero. Deuce is also super good in lane versus ET. What counters ET in lane is like some sort of movement speed or attack speed slows, so he can't keep smacking you with his Astro Spirit buff. I think it's pretty good, because they saw the matchup mid, and even though I know Lil Nick is about to expose a bad, you know, they think that Hammond's gonna dumpster him, and then because you dumpster him, you take mid tower, and you'll be able to play like you have like a lot of map control. They'll get some tanky item in center, and they'll just like push forward on the map. Like I don't think if the lanes go as how EG expect before Lil Nick exposes him, like okay, he got the first line.
Yeah.
The map will be really constricted with these like 3 really tanky cores and just. Yeah, I don't see TC being able to push forward.
Okay. Well, it's going to be something to watch for sure. And yeah, that mid matchup is going to be one that I think you're going to want to keep your eyes on. Did just get a deny there on the range creep. Well worth it. But yeah, these other side lanes will be interesting to watch as well. The Sapphire first pick was really surprising to me. I kind of like this here, though. Got a couple buffs.
Yeah, laning versus the Centaur as well, whereas looks like top Centaur players all time, Ice is 4th. 48 games in terms of win rate, that is. 70% win rate, not bad, as Knoxville helps us out with the stats there.
The Neo third skill is really strong now. Like I had a friend go 2 points in that, and we just dumpstered our lane. It's specifically good with Lyster too, because you want to use the armor reduction. I actually thought when they picked the Lifestealer Snapfire like that first 2, I thought they're going to go for the Russian doll draft. Where you just get the punch and you just toss someone in and there's like 4 heroes on top of them. Because that'd be really fun, right? Like,
yeah,
you just see Arturo on the map, you all TP and smoke, and you just toss heroes on him, and then you GG out.
I like that idea. Especially the GG out at the end. That really sells it to me. Yeah, you know what's interesting is I remember when Snapfire first came out, there were a lot of people that were messing around with the skill builds and trying to figure out which one they wanted to go. And I think it was actually Ice that first tried the maxed out Little Shredder build when it was terrible. And then he was like, oh, wait, these other skills are way better anyways. So, yeah, I'm curious if he goes back for those couple of points and just tries to lay into the Centaur.
I think 2 points is a good balance. I think any more than that is 5, and you're sort of not doing your role, you know? Like, I like some 2-1-2 build into 4-1-2.
It's your classic value point. 1 extra point more than doubles it, and then you just leave it there.
Yeah, that's how I prefer to play bottom lane.
Ooh.
Bye-bye.
Chance, right-click, done. Pingu, gonna be the first blood on the field. So far in mid, it's been a little bit rough. Nick here, 15-8 on the Morph lane versus the 9-1. But again, it is against the Morph lane. Kind of an annoying hero to lane against in general. Yeah, we'll see.
The thing about that matchup is, as Void Spirit, you have the advantage for the first few waves, and you have to win those waves.
Right.
Like, if you do not win the first wave, like this mid tower in my head is dead. Right now.
Just the way he's just standing there right now, like, oh man.
No, this mid lane's like completely over. Like, you know, Lil Nick shows some mercy, and
there you go.
Yeah, that bottle's coming. The runes are coming up. He's got 1 bounty rune too, but yeah, this is going to be a very farmed Morphling here for Abed. And while top lane's not looking too great either. Every time I look at Arteezy, he's hitting 2 hero snakes, so his mana's been just fine too.
I mean, like, theoretically, you look at the Dire lineup, you're like, oh, all 3 of these cores are like theoretically sort of slower heroes tempo-wise. Like Deuce, Centaur, and Morphling. But how they set up their lanes, it's like... Like, if you win your lanes, or you can, like, sort of play fast with slower heroes, then you just have better lineup in bot lane.
Oh, chance. Scourge McDuck able to get out of there, though. God, the double passive build. I mean, it's the right way as Vol goes down, actually, on the other side of the map. But Tingle King trying to mess around a little bit with Arteezy here.
Oh, man.
I don't know if this is going to be enough.
Oh,
He's
one
so
more?
low.
He was running out of the buff, though.
Yeah.
So Fly also used the Enfeeble on him the last time he went on. Between the Enfeeble and the Mana Shield, Tingle King wasn't even doing damage.
Jeez.
Yeah, Dusa actually ends up being pretty good versus ET, I think, in most games, because like most carries, you get all your armor removed, but Mana Shield is effectively like another type of damage reduction that ET doesn't really mess with. And also, Medusa's ultimate just doesn't let people right-click her, which is what ET really benefits from. Like, the magic resistance is nice, but if you're looking at late-game scaling, it's all about the minus physical base armor.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, there is some merit to it this game, especially because, I mean, it's Medusa and Morphling, but it's also a core ET, which you don't usually see is they will knock down Pingu, but that means you'll probably actually get the armor debuff in place, since he'll hopefully be more at the forefront than a support.
Arteezy with the jukes.
Just gets over to the side, a couple more punches, but the Mana Shield's back up, and the turn is good.
Oh,
He
yeah,
just
he's
ran
not
around
enough.
a tree. That's all he had to do.
New trees, man. I don't know. I still gotta work my way. I feel like you can just get anywhere cutting down a single tree these days.
Honestly, it was a pretty good juke, because Arteezy has this Quelling Blade, which I've been seeing pretty much every carry on Dire do, even range heroes, and you expect him to go up and cut that tree in the top right, so that's where Lena's stunned.
Right.
That's like
Yeah.
the most common path, but instead he he mind games him, and as a result he lives. The thing about like this game is they picked Lifesteal against Centaur because they want to win the lane, I'm assuming.
Right.
Is that the
One would
order
think
picks
so,
one?
with
I don't
Feast.
even know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but since a I think like Snapper had to go Q first, and they had to like push out the wave.
Nick?
Hayden. Oh, see you later. So
Yeah,
you felt
well,
like
now your
that-
Snapfire's mid, too.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Lifesteal will get his farm, but if you pick this Lifesteal hero into a counter, like it's more about shutting down the enemy hero than like trying to get your own skill up. I think because they're like better carry heroes than Lifestealer, in terms of like how much damage they do or how hard they carry the game. Like you want to win the lane with this hero in most scenarios. Like there are really good Lifesteal games. Like this isn't one of them. Versus Dusumorph, Bane. Actually, Centaur and Lion are also good versus Lifesteal. This is actually just a terrible Lifesteal game, but this is the first two Lifesteal, right? So
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Is he going to go down now? Yes, he is. They take down Scourge McDuck. Ice, ice, ice. Able to kill him up top. Another
man.
rotation moving in. We'll see if they can find him here. As the cut are bringing in multiple people. I mean, this is what they left Lifestealer alone for, was to try and set up for a kill here. Cookie forward, but doesn't connect, and now instead going to turn it back around. Fly super low, will eventually fall. Arteezy, in the meantime, just sidesteps the scatter blast, sidesteps the LSA.
Yeah,
just
okay.
keeps on right-clicking him. Why not? Unbelievable. Oh, no. Dude, he just shimmy-stepped it 2 times. What the hell?
Yeah, just wants to bring everyone to the same footing of 0 ankles. That's all.
First the jukes that way, and well, Arteezy cleans up Pingu afterwards.
Oh, here we go,
McDuck
though.
is
Phase
here.
boots. Let's go,
Maybe.
Scourge.
There's a chance. They have Nightmare in the area, though. No, they're out of there. Unreal.
Back to mid. Little Nick running around the trees. TP in from Vol. The bottle pass off. Trying to get Abed in the tower, but look at that HP.
Oh, they can't right-click him down. He's got his little shield up. And that will be enough to get away with Nick. I mean, so the other thing here is, like, I do feel like with all the buffs to, the armlet and things like that Lifestealer has been feeling better. He's actually queuing up the Maelstrom here. I was wondering if they wanted to get, like, super active with Nick early or something and maybe try and punish this, but it feels like the lanes really did not go amazingly.
honestly, this Void Spirit's doing. I mean, they gave a bit of attention to mid, but he's doing better than I thought he would. And only being down 300 with that start
Why'd
is
you gotta
pretty
curse
impressive.
somebody?
Yeah.
Why'd you gotta do that to somebody?
The big problem is like because they didn't want this mid tower to fall, they basically abandoned bottom, and this is like the most farm center I've ever seen in Dota. There's 3 kills, he was full CS, and he took the tower alone.
He's up to 64 strength already, or no?
Mid
Sorry,
lane,
63.
Got him again. Why not? LSA not going to connect. Vol will fall. And now
Nice.
they're making the move. Ice is just like, all right, I'm going to take your tower now. What are you going to do to stop me?
Yeah, it's rough. It is looking rough because Isis, he does a smart play, right? Like he pushes in that bottom lane, mid lane again,
Rolling, stomping, looking for it. No, got pulled back into the side. Lil Nick jumps through both. And that will at least be a bit of a stop for the moment. And they're going to rotate several heroes to keep this tower alive yet again. So they're doing a good job of defending their towers. Is it going to be enough?
The Tricore, though, still so farmed on the Dire. And just now you see Scourge kind of cracking through above Arteezy, just barely. But he's the only one keeping pace right now from the side of the cut. And
honestly pretty impressive.
Are juggling.
That like the Lycer caught up to the Dusa somehow. Like I wouldn't think that would normally happen.
Right.
It's not like he got a. Oh, did he get a kill? Oh, he got a kill on the Lion earlier. That's right. Okay.
Uh-oh, though. They're setting up for something here. Oh, Fly has Fiend's Grip. Oh, we'll see if they can get him in time. Crit also has Finger. This would be the kill, but they're actually not going to go for it. Interesting. They're going to try
It's close. 2 points Brain Sap, Finger.
I mean, here they go. They're going on him. Finger.
He's dead Zeus.
Yeah, I got him.
And that's a rough death because the cut were like they're smoking up there. They've predicted this play, but like their comms or their synergy's just not quite there yet.
Right.
That's actually the worst type of death to have when your team's smoking to you.
Wait, how did Crit let the Nightmare save from Fly? But it's not going to matter. They still get the kill. Yeah, I guess the biggest thing too is like, you know, getting the kill with the 2 supports while all 3 cores are still farming also.
It's such a nasty support duo because even level 1 Fiend's Grip is 6 seconds. So it's just like there was so much time for Crit to follow up, and because he's so deep, it's not like there's gonna be a tower rotation from the cut to save him.
So that's what feels good. Crit's level 6, but he has the book anyways, you know.
Oh yeah.
So you can get that level 18 fast online and start scaling.
I like it. Sounds good. Level 18 with Ags, you mean?
Of course.
For sure. And Octarine.
It's feeling possible this game.
I think EG should defend this top tower, but they might just think that they're in such a good position, and because you have Morphling, Dusa, cores, like it's not worth the risk. Because I think they could defend this. Like this Centaur's not killable, but he's a bit low, and they don't have any regen for him. He's been double edging creeps, so just give it up.
Yeah, Vanguard not giving you that same value as a Hood does for that protection. They're setting up again with Tingle King down bottom. I guess we haven't seen that like Snapfire ulti yet either, which could sort of be a bit of a game changer if they're able to get it. Everybody under control. I don't know.
It is not an easy team to hit it versus though. Stampede, Morphling. I mean,
yeah.
The best hero is like Medusa, who's kind of static, I guess.
When you're behind like this, your idea has to be like you play on the side lanes and you try to burst the hero. But I think as you guys are mentioning, like the initiation's awkward, right? Like you're talking about how you can't land like the Snapfire out, and that's like based on the heroes. So I'm wondering what the Cut's plan is to come back in this lane, because right now they're sort of hanging around mid. Okay, they smoke up here.
They were kind of being chased as well. Like, this is good.
Can they get him? Arteezy doesn't have his mana shield on. Oh nope, they're gonna run to others instead.
They have Invis.
Chase looks for it. Taunt. Okay, the stun afterwards. Everything dropped on him. Wait, they canceled the ulti. No Snapfire ulti. Oh no. Oh, this isn't gonna be enough. Oh no. And now the control.
Scatter.
BG's here. Get away. Oh, Tingle King might be able to escape here. Pingu's definitely dead. Oh, that's an unfortunate smoke break. And then subsequent series of events. Man, Tingle King, I think that he just gets ran down here eventually. They have grip if they really need it, but just going to throw the Nightmare on there and wait for Ice to show up and clean up.
They want the finger. That is dirty.
Oh, God.
Is that actually worth? Come on.
I mean, you gotta.
Yeah, there you go.
Your 4 line, you gotta. It's so that when you hit 15, you're just super tanky, you know?
Love it.
There's double the reason now.
That is true. It is just straight up better now.
And that smoke was like hard read by EG. Like the moment that guy showed, like they were already they popped onto Mash Shield and Stampede instantly. I think that was called by someone on the team. Right. They're just baiting that. And like it's a good try, but again, like your initiation is a voice spread jump into the Aether Remnant. Like it's not an easy jump, especially versus a center the caliber of Ice. Like he will get Stampede off when you Astral Step, and then you basically have to hit the Aether Remnant on a hasted target.
Which he did that time, which was wild.
He did. Yeah. That was, that was good. I like Arteezy's build a lot, actually.
Grip again. They got him. Trying to get on the right side to turn him to stone and just right-click down to death. I mean, maybe you can go now with no fiends. Oh, God. Okay, never mind. Void Spirit's in trouble. Hexed. Follow up with our spike. Full control. Fully dead. This would have been a great time to fight, but now you don't have your Void Spirit or your Life Sealer. Ice, Ice, Ice. Takes a Laguna Blade. Couple more punches. Vol, God, makes it happen. All right. Gets a kill. Why not? Tingle King's in a world of hurt. With the move in and a little bit of a cookie action, he gets out as well.
Not quite finding the big fights for this ET. The core ET not really able to flex yet.
Right.
Yeah, I think his lane was a little rough, and he's like a slow to start offlaner. He needs a lot of levels and some core items before he starts chunking people. I think what EG did there, like you guys were mentioning, like they use the grip top, they use the Dusal, and they have an opportunity on TC to like maybe find a way back into the game. But EG are a really good team, and like they snowball these kills really well, so that even though like. So by the time like all the heroes are alive on Radiant again, because you've snowballed plays, like the Fiend Scrap and Dusal are almost up. Like Dusal has 10 seconds to ulti.
Yeah,
there's like no real opportunity for Radiant to do something.
20 seconds till Stampede, and it's just that's it. You know, I don't think they can kill anyone if Stampede's up. They basically need to try and gank and burn the Stampede first, unless Nick's able to like land everything on someone.
I will say I can really appreciate the EG mentality. Like this game. They're not playing with any sort of disrespect. Like, they're playing a very solid Dota game.
Yeah.
And I can
Is
appreciate
Vol dead?
that. He's super dead.
Oh, my God.
That ward in the lane just made that way too easy.
That was sick. I'll bet.
Free kill.
Nice play.
It's a good ward, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
it's so hard to de-ward these random lane wards now, just because the map changes. Like, your sentries cover less range, and the map just feels bigger right now.
Right.
So...
Well, it's going to be interesting to watch these sort of as the wards change, if that continues to happen. They're sort of setting up on Arteezy here, but they've got Bane right behind. The Stomp is not going to connect. And if EG want to, they could even start running in this direction and maybe trying to set up a play. Ice has his blink now. And... Nope.
I mean, they might just want to save stuff for a potential Roche as well.
They're all under a ward. They're all under a ward again.
That's the danger zone.
Oh, God.
You know Ice wanted that salve so bad.
They're going in, looking for it. Stampede, everything. They catch the Snapfire, going to get that kill. Stun, long duration on life. So Tingle King's still going in, though. Arteezy got some creeps chasing him, along with Scourge McDuck, Lil Nick, and Vol nearby also. But they're going to call off the charge. There's no crit in this fight. Maybe a chance. Jumps in. Not going to hit the stun. Arteezy down low, but they do manage to break it. Fly going off with that Fiend's Grip, but it's broken again by the Stomp. Jumps inside of Tingle King for a moment. Now trying to blow up that Bane. Takes him down once. Tingle King still very low, and eventually is going to fall. Scourge McDuck trying to make his way out of here.
They're going back in.
Okay. Round two. Nick able to dodge a stun, but now Crit's shown up. The big old jump, Finger of Death comes down, ends his life. Nick is going to fall too to the E-Blade combo. EG taking care of business.
Mid lane?
Ooh.
Oh, but wait, there's more.
Vol, see you later. Good TP from Abed afterwards.
Whoa.
They're
GG.
done. Damn.
I mean, they're not wrong, I guess. In terms of how things are going.
Nah, this game's super over. They saw 5 heroes under the ward and they ran in with 3. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could try. Go for the babushka strat next time, you know? Throw something onto our tour, kill him.
All right. I like it. I am, I will say I'm a little surprised that they GG'd out that early. I'd be curious to hear what the rationale is, because like some of what I think is interesting about this game is like playing to try and gain experience, but maybe you just like can't learn anything else for that point, I guess.
Yeah, at that point, what are you going to learn? Like, you get one lucky pick off on Abed or something, you know? It's I don't think there's a whole lot of knowledge left.
I think Dusa and Morphling could have both dropped the item and broken it, and then EG still would be in a winning position. So, like, it's hard to play from that, you know? And you play Dota as your job, as a profession. This is, like, a serious league, but, like, if you're not having fun during the game, like, it'll affect your mentality for the next game. And more than that, like, if you're treating this as a learning experience, like, you already have enough to learn from that game. You don't need to learn that much at a time. You just need to find, like, specific things you can focus on and improve on. And you know, they're There's a lot of things EG taught them that game.
Okay, teaching is the name of the game for today. We're going to go to a quick break. When we get back, the panel's going to break down all that action from the Cut versus Evil Geniuses. There's a reason that they're top of the region right now. I'm battling it out with Quincy Crew there, but for now, at least, we're going to head on back to a break. See y'all afterwards.
With Jenkins in for Suns fan. Suns fan, I'll go to you first because you're here to what? You're putting in a new system in play, so I need to hear it from you. What is the dumpster we're looking at here?
So I need to preface this with the fact for a couple of things here. For the system to work, Well, I shouldn't say to work, but it is possible that this system is not better because it could get kind of gruesome the farther, especially knowing Jenkins here. Keep in mind, this was conceded quite early, which you could have both perspectives of how much of a shellacking or a dumpstering this is. I'm going to be a little bit conservative here, gentlemen, and say that this was a dumpster in the back alley by Key Arena and just filled with generally, dirty diapers. It pretty bad, but not the worst. All right, we can get to this. I think like we can talk about how EG is just a better team. Obviously, that is the case. We talked about this pregame as well. The fact that they lacked the cut, lacked initiation. The Snapfire, we were talking about, oh, this could get the Aghanim Scepter, could initiate for the Lifestealer and all that stuff. It was a Snapfire 5. It's never going to get the Ags. Elder Titan as your main initiator or Void Spirit, I just can't see that working with Lifestealer ever. I feel like this hero has to be enabled by some sort of initiation, some sort of Lifestealer bomb, which, again, that's just one thing in the draft, whereas many things went wrong. But Jenkins, I'll let you come up with a better dumpster if you'd like.
Dakota, I would actually disagree with Suns fan here, and I would say that this would indeed be a dumpster in the back of a university town Denny's. That indeed somebody has
me?
Dakota, that somebody has
Tell the viewers.
Anyway, Dakota, that somebody has had explosive diarrhea into this dumpster and puking, of course, because this is a university town. Of course, these students are getting drunk and stoned all the time and doing horrible, horrible things in this dumpster with all orifices. And that is exactly what happened in this game. EG did not, they did not give them a chance. It's very unfortunate. And, this is the thing. When you're playing against a caliber of team like this, like, you barely even make it out of the draft and you lose the game because they win the draft so hard. And then even if the draft is remotely even, they just win the lane so hard. You don't even get to play Dota in the early to mid game. And so it's good practice for those particular things, but the unfortunate thing is that if you're the cut, you don't get to like play mid game against EG and see how you fare because it didn't even get there. It's not even a point.
I think the dumpstering scale, we should be calling this an alpha test because it's a slippery slope, especially with Jenkins. I was trying to be like very conservative, very safe, and then he goes.
You said it was filled with diapers. What do you mean conservative?
He says, I mean,
that's poop related. I was not blamed for this.
It's just they could be filled with dirt. I didn't specify any specifics here.
Okay.
Well, what doesn't help
in diapers?
You're just
of the whole schedule of NADPC. If there was going to be a day of bad dumpsters, today is the day, right? You have the major teams going against the brand new D1 team. So moving forward, you might be able to get more intricate with your dumpsters. But if there was the dumpsters that are the worst dumpster fires, today is going to be the day, and that was Exhibit A. So we have to see if somehow the cut are going to make their dumpster at least a bit more polished. Maybe it has just a moderate amount of decent garbage in it, but nothing too fancy. Or if EG are going to continue to show why they are the greatest team on the planet. I mean, I know IG beat them, but let's remember EG beat them 4-3 in a best of 7. So as you know, EG, greatest team on the planet. We got to go to a break. When we come back, EG versus the cut, take 2. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, our beautiful North American Dota fans. Welcome back. I got Jenkins and I got Sunstan back by my side. Having a bit of a stroke, but I'm getting ready to watch the Cut versus Evil Geniuses game number 2. And we have to see how things are going to change up for the Cut. I know it was a bit of an intriguing draft there, Jenkins, but, how much of this can you really kind of put on the draft? Is the Cut try to go for some funny business here? Should they continue down that avenue? Should they rein it back in? Talk to me about Cut drafting.
So, once again, just being totally realistic about this, just because I think the Cut, watching them in Division 2 in the previous season, I think the Cut has some actual serious potential with a lot of their players on being a very strong team eventually. I don't want to beat around the bush here. I think whenever you're playing a team like EG, who, is in the grand finals of a major, the draft is always going to be a problem. They're very likely going to outdraft you unless you've really got your shit together in terms of the draft, or you pick something like cheese that's almost impossible to outdraft, where you're flexing something that they couldn't possibly predict. But I think the Cuts drafting was, other than like the ET off lane, and even that's like it's not the most, it's not the craziest thing ever. So with that being said, the draft matters and early laning matters and nothing else matters, because EG is going to take so much off of you in those two parts of the game that you don't get to play the rest of it. So I think if you're the Cut and you're looking at the draft, you probably want to beat EG in drafting right now. After that performance, I think you need to do something absolutely crazy. You need to pick a goddamn Pudge, something like that. Otherwise, Bulba's he's gonna have your number.
Yep, I agree. I think like this game's a lot different than Counter-Strike. I don't know if you guys know that, but Counter-Strike's quite a bit different of a game here. So if you can go round by round in Counter-Strike, you could be losing horribly, you can make comeback, you can learn a lot throughout the extent, even if you're getting shellacked or dumpstered, as it were. In Dota, it feels like the draft is something you can learn from pretty much immediately. The laning stage is the most important part of the game, especially right now. Mm-hmm. And if you're losing by a lot at that point, you're not going to learn anything, really, past that point. So all you can really do if you're the Cut is try to correct the mistakes you made. And, I mean, I talked about one aspect of the draft, which was lacking of initiation. I'd like to see some better initiation picks here. But you're right. EG has more experience, so they should get outpicked. But at the same time, you can control what you can control.
I'm glad you rounded that out. I was a little nervous. We were just paying
Counter-Strike's a different game, Dakota.
Paying top dollar for an analyst to tell us the difference between CSGO and Dota, but you were able to pull it back in there. So shout out to XPG for allowing us to pay for this wonderful insight that we present to you as we have a new draft underway. Look at this. EG don't want to see any sort of funny business already, and they still ban out the Wisp, which, haunted other teams at the major with that core Wisp that did show up. We didn't get to see any of it. That was the funny thing is during the last NADP season, we saw none of it, right? And I heard murmurs that, even Quincy Crew were trying it out and it wasn't working for him in pubs. And then we actually saw Quincy pull it out at the major.
Okay.
I'm curious now where we're going here. And, oh, boy, because he wasn't banned, Jenkins, we got Beastmaster first pick for EG.
God, honestly, I'm surprised. I'm really surprised that this gets through. I mean, this is just single-handedly the most busted thing in Dota right now. There's nothing that even compares. There's nothing that's even close. The Warlock, the Bane, whatever region you're looking at where they have these top echelon picks, nothing compares to this Beastmaster. You get an Aether Lens, you get Aghanim Scepter. As long as somebody is stunned, you will kill them. And it's like the Monkey King bar. The reason that Monkey King bar, when it was at its peak, was so strong is because this is magical damage, right? So these heroes that scale with armor, they don't do anything to magical damage. Absolutely nothing. And there's not enough magical resistance in the game to deal with scaling magic damage. That's why this is so OP. That's why Monkey King bar was so OP. So I don't know.
What did you think of the nerfs to Phantom Lancer? Because that was another hero that we had on the S tier. He got technically more changes than, like, Beastmaster is literally one line, if I'm remembering correctly.
Just axes damage, yeah, on the Ags, which I don't think
PL
got
a longer list. I mean, it's not like huge significant changes, but do you think PL has actually been properly? I mean, the fact that they got Warlock and Beastmaster is pretty crazy. I don't even know if they changed Warlock. I was actually really surprised that he wasn't changed at all in this last patch.
we've also seen this. Oh man, have you guys seen Fatal Bonds plus the Wild Axes? It's not cool. It really is just.
Just imagine if they somehow now slide like Crit, Earth Spirit into this, and then you got this ridiculous team fight, Magnetize, Fatal Bonds, Wild Axes. And that's the other thing. Who's playing the Beastmaster? Because we've seen it in the 2, we've seen it in the 3. I'm scared to think of Abed or Ice playing a Beastmaster and having fun with axes. Both of those sound scary.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like the analyst. It's just like really EG favored because it's obviously EG versus the cut. We all think EG is going to stomp, but it wouldn't matter to me what team is playing what right now. You have Beastmaster Warlock. It's like I feel like every time we've seen this so far in the NADPC, it's like we were mad at that. I think it was like relatively even series, like the Black and Yellow series, where like Warlock got through to second phase, and we're just like, how the hell does this get through? Like this shit's OP, right? So it's not just that it's EG playing these heroes. It's that these heroes are just insanely overpowered, and we've actually seen the Warlock versus the Bristleback matchup. This is a hero that wants to run in there and tank damage. Dude, imagine if your team is Fatal Bonds to you. You're just sitting there like, aha, I'm taking so much less damage. Yeah, but your fucking teammates over there aren't. They're dying. Bro, they don't care about your damage reduction. They take the full damage from Fatal Bonds axes.
If these heroes weren't like super busted right now, Bristleback Coddle is an amazing lane, right? You'd look at this normally like, oh, this is a really good opening, actually. Surprised they got Coddle this early. But yeah, I'm on the same level. The fact that Warlock, again, did not get any changes was really surprising to me because I don't know what the win rate is, but that shard is like got to be a top 5 right now, for sure. Beastmaster, at the very least, I mean, he farms really well anyway. Not that this is an issue, but Aghanim Scepter is quite a bit more of an investment. But the fact that you don't have like and we talked about this before, but no more Necros in the game. They had to buff him somehow, and they just overdid it, and they only nerfed him by 5 damage. So, I mean, we'll see. Maybe that's more. Maybe that stacks up over time to be more damage than I'm thinking in my head, but I just don't believe it.
Yeah, it's not remotely fixed. I played Beastmaster yesterday. I think it's 10 damage, by the way, but it's still like super insignificant for the timing in the game that you get it at. I played Beastmaster yesterday in the offlane and just stacked the hell out of Ancients and Hard Camp. With the Boar, you can actually double stack by yourself. Like, imagine if Batrider could stack Ancients back when Bat was taking Ancients for himself without going there. Like, that would be just unfathomably stupid. Everybody was already complaining about Bat. But now Beastmaster, like, that element to him makes... I can't stress this enough. I mean, I know I keep talking about the Beastmaster hero, but Batrider was OP because he could take Ancients. And then he was just Batrider. Beastmaster's OP because he has 35-second cooldown on Roar, because axes do insane amounts of damage, and he can take Ancients, but he can stack for himself. There's like 3 things on top of the list of things that Batrider could do that Beastmaster can do, and we considered Batrider to be abundantly OP. This hero didn't get nerfed anywhere near enough. I'm actually shocked that they just nerfed the axis damage slightly.
Well, now we're going to see it in some of the most talented hands possible. So if Ice Frog's out there watching, hopefully he can take note to see potentially where the line is and if he's gone too far or not. Or maybe the cut. They've had to have seen enough Beastmaster in the pros games as of recent. They've had to see it in the pubs. Maybe they got some cheeky, cute little answer because, come on, guys, you can't really let both these heroes through without having any sort of response, right?
The crazy thing about Beast, like you talked about him potentially being mid, which has been pretty common, but I've never seen Abed play Beastmaster. Obviously, Ice is the Beastmaster player of this team. Mm-hmm. So let's say he goes in the offlane. You have to win that lane if you're the cut. You have to win that lane, which means if you're putting that much emphasis on that lane, Abed is going to most likely crush mid. And then safe lane RTZ will be more than fine as well.
I think they're going to put the Beast mid and then pick Mars, which didn't get banned out. And I think the Mars Warlock is something that's unbelievably strong, especially with Beastmaster, to lock everybody into the... Like, literally all Mars needs to do is drop his ult and then die, and he's done his job. I'm actually kind of surprised the cut didn't ban it, because I've seen this in many different regions, even in the lower division. In the Arkosh match, whoever they were playing, they banned out the Mars when the Warlock had been picked. So people are watching and seeing these combos.
Yep, spear into arena. Bristle will have to face the enemy in that case. It's not as good as like a call necessarily, but
What?
Oh!
Ooh, we get the
All right.
crit
Wow.
pudge.
Wow. I wish Gremlo was watching this. He could learn a thing or two from EG picking.
Yeah, didn't
Pudge
they
here.
actually play it this past week?
Yeah.
I had heard that
He had to get set up
Gremlo
by searing
pulled it out.
chains. Like he couldn't hit a hook without searing chains.
Yeah.
So
I
we'll
heard
see if Crick
Slacks
can do better.
actually was the drafter of their
Oh.
series as well, according to his tweet. But yeah, go check out that series if you want to see a Pudge game. But if you want to see a good Pudge game, tune into this one. Now we have a Necrophos to pair with it.
Sorry, what did you say?
moly.
What'd you say?
God.
Huh?
Say that name again?
Is it Necrophos? Necrophos?
You said you said Necropha. I never heard anyone say it like that. Interesting.
I've heard both, just like the whole Abaddon, Abaddon,
Really?
Basil, Basil. I don't know where people are.
Necrophos.
I don't get. Who
you
cares
ever
about
heard-
Necrophos? Who gives a shit?
I like
dude? There's a Pudge.
Necrolite, but
Who
what am I
cares?
gonna do?
No, Necro's cool now. Very slow hero, but feels a lot stronger. Obviously, Nullifier is like still the hardest counter ever. Literally uncounterable. Spirit Vessel's pretty good, which I would assume the Ember gets at some point. Of course, Spirit Vessel's both good for both teams here. But yeah, I'm excited to see this
I'm so
Puka.
distracted. I'm literally just staring at this Pudge in disbelief. I'm so happy right now. Oh man, crit Pudge in DPC.
I mean, they have a lot of setup, right? The roar, the scythe technically. I mean, the roar is very low cooldown, so you can set that up pretty easily for a hook. Even the boar slows.
What's the Necro? Like, who's playing it? This doesn't seem to answer the Beastmaster any further for me, to be honest with you. I don't know if this is Ice playing Necro. I mean, I thought I used to see more in the offlane, but like you said before, Beastmaster isn't really an Abed hero. Ice is a Necro hero. Maybe they swap. Maybe Arteezy's playing Necro as a core.
Maybe I think putting the Necro versus the Bristle is just the most important thing. That's obviously very Necro favored because you can protect against all the physical Bristle damage with the W on Necro, and then the Heartstopper just tears through a Bristleback. Putting the Pudge with the Necro is pretty nice too, because if you ever just walk up and dismember rot somebody, you can kill them with Scythe. So that's a nice lane to put together, and you could also leave the Necro alone fairly easily, so Pudge can go miss hooks in the mid lane for the Beastmaster, who I would imagine, I still would imagine, like Beast is just such a good hero. I feel like you just give him literally everything by putting him mid, and he'll carry you. That's the reason I think the Beast is mid, is like he can go to another lane, but it's like if you give him mid and give him guaranteed ags, like he's just gonna 1v5 stomp. So
Yeah.
I think it's also
I'm not
probably
sure what their answer to Beast is still. I mean, the
yeah.
cut does have, they have searing chains into arrow, which is nice. This is where I don't think they're going to do it, but Bristleback maybe going down to a 3 might be a better idea because, again, depends on where Necro is. I don't see this lineup doing anything to Necro right now. You have a little bit of magic damage with the Coddle, and if you can set up the arrow, sure. But if Pudge gets Shard, that's a save, Jenkins. Very good Shard. Now that has 400 range
It's
to
very
eat your
good.
teammates.
Yeah, it's extremely good.
Especially with a Necro on the team. Like, they have a lot of heal with the Shard from Warlock as well. They have a lot of sustain on this team. It's kind of cool.
So still okay. Oh, okay. Carry Tiny. Very nice.
Hell yeah.
So
This is something totally new for EG. I'll just say, like, this is EG season 2 right here. Something totally new.
this is nice. This is good. I think the Tiny makes a lot of sense here because I was going to say EG, they have all of this heal, but who pushes towers? Beastmaster doesn't do that anymore. He's like a magic nuker now. So Tiny does that with this Ag Shard in the tree. He pushes faster than basically any other carry in the game. But they also need some stun setup guy for the Beastmaster axes. Like, Pudge isn't enough. He's not hitting hooks. That's just not going to work. So, they pick Legion into Pudge. Really? I mean, that's like the biggest counter, I would say.
All right. Well, you don't have a lot of time to wrap it up. Can I get your just quick thoughts on our now completed draft? And I can't imagine how you're not going to side with EG. It's EG already, and now they have Pudge Jenkins.
EG, of course. Yes, great Pudge game. Suns fan?
I mean, in theory, the changes to LC, the Shard, gives you BKB essentially, is technically good against, Necro, Ult, Pudge. It's EG. EG's going to win. Doesn't matter
All right,
what they have,
fair
literally.
enough. Excited to get into this one, though. A Pudge is in order, and let's see if the cut can somehow take us to a game 3. We get to a break. When we return, it's Lyrical Trent and Owie on the mic.
Welcome back, everybody, and we are here in game number 2. While EG was definitely taken seriously in game number 1, I gotta wonder now, Tiny, Pudge, I mean, we've been seeing some of it. Trent, do you like the picks? Do you think that it's still, they're maybe getting a little bit crazy here?
It's crazy in a good way. Well, we'll go with that, right? You know, it's okay to experiment with heroes that have been improved and buffed. It's not disrespectful. I appreciate the Pudge for sure. You know, something for everyone to learn from here.
I think once you're up 1 game in the best of 3 too, it's like you need to test this stuff. Even though I know EG are like 100% confident they'll win with anything, like you still have to play these heroes. Like this Radiant Ward, I really like this ward. I've been placing all my pubs. It sees up the hill, so you can see if they're contesting bot room, because usually people hide right on that hill.
Ooh.
It's a very nice ward. Very hard to de-ward too. Pretty much have to place your sentry on there or have like your own ward in the area.
Thank you very much, Owie. I appreciate the MMR boost I'm about to get. All right, nuke the VODs. Get out of here.
Honestly, like, I think the cut... I mean, EG have a Pudge, but I think the Cuts lineup is pretty good this game. The thing is, their lineup is good if they play this top lane correctly.
Okay.
Like, this Bristle... Like, Necro is picked as a Bristleback counter, but the thing about that matchup is, if Necro's in the off lane, Bristleback Kato can snowball that lane so hard that Necro's not a counter anymore. Because Necro's just this, like, really slow hero. I think you just take, like, Goo level 2 and you just pretty much kill him off cooldown.
True.
But I think EG's lane execution is slightly better. So,
The scariest thing, too, is Ice on a turn hero with, like, the Ghost Shroud. I feel like he's so good at maximizing that
also,
stuff.
like, you can see how EG are dealing with that. Like, they know this matchup can get really bad. So what they did was, like, they sacrificed a little bit of rune potential and then Ice block from the tier 3.
Yeah.
And blocking from the tier 3 just means he's going to instantly get this lane control, and all that potential to run down this neck on the offlane has been nullified. Very, like, just solid play, you know? It's just good fundamentals there.
A way to ruin the lane in 1 minute. What just happened?
Yeah, and look at
look what he's doing.
like,
he's like pulling the wave to the side too.
Yeah,
so
you pull to the side to slow down the damage. He denied the range. If you want to learn how to play a sacked off lane, I think Ice has played this lane. Like, when I theorycraft how to play lanes, this is what I tell the people I coach to do, and this is like actually amazing.
Yeah. Man, Connell just got like neutered. They took all his power away. Pingu can't like hide and do his little plays. Instead, he has to go and instantly start pulling.
No,
balance things out.
EG, like, how they played this lane completely made this Bristleback Connell not a real lane. They're very happy on EG.
All right, so top lane's over. Great, thank you, Owie. Mid lane, we have the Beastmaster. Was the nerf enough? Any thoughts, you two?
I mean, I just played against it. I played against it and I got like 3-shot still by the axes. Granted, I was playing a Warlock, but it definitely still feels that like super strong.
Nick with 2 board kills though.
Yeah, there you go.
I think this matchup is actually one of the better ones for Ember Spirit. Also, Abed was trying to deny the top water rune with that boar, getting a little fancy, and instead he loses 2 boars. So Nick has a pretty sizable EXP lead in the mid lane.
Nice.
Ah, yes, the boars. They actually give so much XP.
I played some Beastmaster mid in this matchup.
Oh. Down bottom, Chase looking for the kill. Oh, 1 more hit, and Vol draws first blood on the Mirana. Hey man, he still doesn't have any armor. That's a problem.
This is when we need the heroic items back, so that someone can give Vol his Kill Dartizi for first blood heroic relic. You know,
I like
that's
Valve?
a nice one. Yeah, no, these lanes are looking decent for the cut. I mean, top lane is like, EG are outplaying them strategically, but it's not like Bristleback won't farm. Like, he'll still have a game to play. It's just, in order to really be happy with how the lane's going, they would have to stop this lane, and I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay.
I was playing this Beastmaster hero mid, and what I do is I max Axis, and I send a board to stack Ancients every minute. And it takes, like, I think it takes 7 to 8 Axes to clear the Ancients, which is, like, really fast. It takes 0 damage. So I'm curious if they'll start doing that. Just stack that up.
Yeah. At least for the moment, not doing it. Instead, Boar's dying in the mid lane. Not necessarily what you would want out of the Beastmaster. And look at Vol here, getting some like really deep vision down and spotting out that there's been stacks instead on this hard camp where he's taking some of them away.
They do know he's down here. His courier walked right through the obs where they have in the river, though.
Okay, yeah, and the hawk is there as well, so they see that
the boar was after it, too.
Yeah. Meanwhile, up top, Scourge McDuck in some trouble. Crit trying to get the kill. Needed one more round of quills there and will not get it. Nice, nice, nice. What a play.
The column's just not on point there again from the cut. He had the chakra up, and if he was spamming the W, I think they might have killed Pudge and kept Bristleback alive there. But instead, he chakras him and the quills don't come out.
So if Lion gets health on every finger kill now, does that mean that Pudge should get a talent where he gets additional hook damage on every kill?
Oh,
Ooh, that'd be how about like hook damage on every hook you hit? Just like +1 damage or something.
Oh no, but it
ridiculous.
has a stack. It's like a combo. So once you miss one, it resets.
Yeah, dude, that'd be
Valve?
sick.
Valve?
But the hooking allies
horrible.
doesn't give you plus damage, it doesn't reset your timer.
Exactly.
That'd be
it keeps
cool.
it going. Yeah.
Well,
Scourge
that's
gets
+2
hooked
damage
again.
right there. +2 damage.
That's just...
Dude, are they going to
I
kill
don't-
him yet again? He has a stick, but it's not enough.
Ooh,
Oh, that hurts. That really hurts.
that's rough. That's rough. I think
Good play.
they still had 26 on Necro, so honestly, there's no hope there.
Right.
Yeah, now it's looking lower.
Oh
Oh,
my
+3 damage right there.
Crit. You can't walk in a straight line, my man. You're going to get got. Holy moly. Ooh, chance for a kill? No, not going to happen. Ice sticks just to be sure. Yeah, they are absolutely wrecking this top lane.
And Abed, instead of stacking his Ancients, which is like the more AFK thing to do, he stacks a hard count, which dies a lot faster. This is probably the like correct play.
Apparently, Crit
top lane?
is on to Pigu again here. He is the franchise leader in Pudge games.
Wow.
7 Pudge games total.
Oh, +4 damage.
Dude. All right, you can't say that because the audience is going to think that's true, and then they're going to start picking Pudge. This is going to be a
Please
problem.
pick Pudge against me.
Then what if they're on your team? Then what happens?
I mean, it doesn't matter how bad Pudge is. I love him as a hero, but it's still not fun to play versus as a support. Because he just lurks in those trees, and if they get your ward and you get hooked a couple times, it's pretty tilting. But I always respect a good Pudge. I will say that. They're
True.
far less common these days.
They're a rare breed for sure. Oh, top of mid. Just roars this guy.
I like that. Top of mid. Abed trying to get him at the axis. Pingu goes down. Can they find a follow-up kill, though, on to Abed? Nick, arrow, little sidestep there. Vol trying to make it happen. Oh, my God. They barely get him. And he was using TP. All right, little Nick.
Little Nick exposing Abed. What we
Wow.
expected to see in this game.
Very well played.
Unfortunately, the lane that I would say is the most favorite for Dire, ICSS is level 6 and Bristle just hit 5. Crit's just having the time of his life. Ooh, mid lane again?
Chance for it. As they're going to go on to fly a little bit, but just pops that heal, pops the stick, and then backs on out. With this illusion rune, though, Nick's getting a lot of damage onto this mid-tier 1 tower. He's got another creep wave coming in as well.
They
Where
still have
actually
Glyph
is
as
the
well.
Beast? Yeah, Beast isn't even here.
They
He has
just
to
don't
walk
know
No
back.
stacks for the Ancients either. Crit's not even doing it while he's there.
Interesting. Not necessarily what you want to see right now.
I
as
think
Evil
they-
Geniuses keeps pressure
They
on.
probably discussed it and said like Ancients take too long to kill because like 7 or 8 axes, which in my games like I only play low level pubs,
Right.
so like it's fine taking a minute off to just farm and hit timing. But in these better games, like you don't want to have your mid lane AFK for a minute farming Ancients.
Especially when you don't have a support that really clears the wave that well.
Yeah,
They have
exactly.
Warlock Pudge. It's not like Wyvern's coming mid to blast it out.
Man, and the car putting like real pressure on.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, bot lane they killed Arteezy, but he's still stomping the lane, which is unfortunate. But this mid tower's getting low.
Yeah, I think the combination of making that kill happen on Abed as he was trying to TP just meant that they recognized the opportunity that was in front of them.
Look at this Dire Ancient stack.
Yeah.
This
gonna
is
be
Bristol's
big.
way back into the game. He kills that Ancient stack in like 10 seconds if you do it properly.
I would like to see some more Quelling Blades of Trees, but it's going to be
Nice
enough for
double
both
stack.
of them.
Well done.
All right.
Lil Nick's gonna get a haste rune, I think. Oh, Abed roars him just to get that haste rune.
Damn, dude. Arrow? Not going to
When you have a bottle, it is worth it. Because then it
No,
just means
that's
your next
100%
one's
worth
good.
it. I think Lil Nick probably should have. Like, he only has 1 remnant on him. But as soon as he knows that he has like the position advantage, like he got to top rune first, which means he could get to bottom rune with the remnant first. I think he should just use that remnant for it. The runes are too important.
Ooh, Arteezy, the chase down.
Played. There's been a lot of movement around this other side of the map. You can see that the cut basically have just given up this entire side of it over to Evil Geniuses up on top lane. And We're going to have to see if Scourge McDuck can actually finish off these Ancient stacks here. He does have, I think, the Vanguard coming out right now. Yeah. So he's going to try and take it now. And getting all that XP is also pretty good for him.
He wants that last stack, maybe.
Yeah.
No, he's not even going to bother.
I think he should actually be trying to take damage when you kill these Ancients. Like, you just bring one self, you stand a bit closer to them, and just face your back. Because, like, kiting it around just sort of slows you down. He's doing it pretty well anyways. Something, I played this Beastmaster's Ember matchup. I think Ember's actually one of the better heroes versus Beastmaster right now.
Oh, snap!
Ooh, gets him again.
Oh.
Pure damage on that hook.
He's going to be fine, though. He can just walk it off. And in the meantime, you've got Vol here to take down catapults when they come in. You've got Pingu there with the Illuminate. It's they're not taking this tower easily.
This
killed
is such
Arteezy's
a
career?
weird play from Arteezy. Why is he here?
He lost his Yasha, too.
Because, like, bot tower has a double wave hitting it. Like, this LC was not having a good time. He has a ward for him.
I wonder if they really thought they were going to assault mid, and they might lose it.
Because the idea, like, maybe you come smack mid with this rock, and you just hit the tower, but, like, the enemy team has heroes to defend it. They have Caudle, Bristle, LC, Ember. Like, even Bottom. Like, all 5 of Dire heroes are very good at defending early pushes.
I mean, the other thing that's interesting is that, you know, with a Beastmaster on your team, it feels possible to maybe even try and sneak those Ancients away, but we didn't even see like a bird up there on the high ground scouting out the rotation. Arteezy going to get to the toss away, but Nick still has 3 remnants here. Slight chase, still sort of stalking him a little bit. Arteezy's going to back out.
That was pretty close. If Lil Nick had like 100 more mana, I think he could try to all-in Tiny there.
Yeah. Well, all of the sudden, the cut looking pretty solid here. Bristles caught back up.
They gave a bot tower for free.
Yeah.
Just really weird play. You win the lane like pretty significantly. I don't think Arteezy understood how hard he was winning bottom just because he died. Bot lane though.
Yeah, they got him. This is an easy one. And does have press the attack when he comes out of there, but just gonna fall regardless. And an
Paul's coming down
pickup.
for a potential play after, but yeah, I think he's going to catch the wave. I don't think they're going to be able to bring Nick down here.
Almost has Spear Vessel and Marana.
No. Had a very good game on Marana so far. Top of the supports. Able to sneak away a couple of those creeps from the hard camp that Abed was trying to farm. They've been doing a good job.
Yeah, that was actually really clutch, because you just add that network to Abed's, like, he would almost have eggs right now if you take those creeps that he stole.
Right. Well, nonetheless, 6-2 is the score. You can see that EG, the ones that are up about 1,000 gold, but it definitely could have been worse. And the way that this game is going, if the cut can keep on stacking up these Ancients, there hasn't been any move by EG to try and contest them yet.
I mean, their next goals are probably a Tail King Blink and probably some big item on Scourge to actually take mid, I would think. Oh, he's just going for his phase boots next. I mean, he has Hood and Vanguard. Maybe they want to knock down this mid tower.
I'm surprised they haven't used Rock yet. I feel like EG is a very good team at using these level 6 timings under supports. I think maybe it's because they took the free kill on Legion bottom with the Roar, and then the original mid play got sort of weird.
Yeah.
But I expected to see this mid tower fall with like some smoke wraparound.
Right.
Again, like you have a Pudge 4, so your line's a bit messy.
I love that sound.
Oh, Arteezy's going Manta first.
All the way to the Manta, eh?
Okay.
This used to be the build back when you had to build eggs. You go eggs into Manta, like way back, 2012, 2013, tiny carry. But I don't think the illusions get your tree, but they do just hit really hard, so they clear the creep wave.
Yeah, which, you know, is good as well. It's not bad at all. We do have another stack of Ancients here, and Scourge McDuck is about to clear through it. This is going to be a 4-stack now done.
Yeah. This is actually the story of this game. Like, both teams have the potential to clear Ancients, but I think the Cut are actually playing the map better. And EG is, like, specifically supposed to be really good at playing the map as a team, so that's really impressive.
Do you think it's because of their support duo that's really hurting them?
No, I think it's... I think game 1 was too easy. Like, it's hurt their mentality.
Interesting.
Because, like, you have the heroes to clear Ancients on EG. You have the spells to go make a move. But, like, they're too chill now, you know? First game was like, I'll show you the difference in class, and this game is like, low Pudge.
This is the sophomore year.
Arteezy die here?
Yeah.
Maybe. Looking for it. No, he's
Oh,
trying to farm
no,
roar.
Nick.
Instead, press the attack off. Remnants away. Good to go. Ice wanting to chase. Oh, and he gets the Reaper Scythe off in time. Nick will haul. Abed gets that kill, but now dropping down the Golem right in the midst of all of them. Scorch McDuck is still rather tanky. Press the attack, the back away. They're all on top of him. Ice pops that mechanism down to somewhat low HP now. Oh, what a hook! Catches them, and Abed stacking up those axes over and over again. They're gonna find a triple kill for Abed. Yeah, that'll still work. Beastmaster is still broken, confirmed. Let's get a new patch.
Honestly, the hero that's looking broken is Pudge. You know, I'm just saying.
Okay, all right, let's see.
This 205, he's had huge impact on the map. I think, like, you're seeing, like, a slight disparity in, like, just the individual skill there. Like, Lil Nick was alive there. He Remnant, he should use Slight before he went to his Remnant, and he would have lived there. And you saw, like, how they think about team fights is different on the two teams. Like, the cut are down a hero, and they're not resetting the fight properly. Mid lane again.
Double Slight coming out with the Coddle and the Ember. Single King over in the area as well. They're going to TP in the Bristle and try to catch Root there. Miss on the hook. It's really hard for them to initiate, it feels like, still on the cut, kind of. I like that problem from last game hasn't really been solved yet.
Yeah, it's rough. Because the thing is, even if they get this Blink Dagger on LC, like, if you blink into EG's lineup, like, best case scenario, he gets hooked away. But worst case scenario, they just drop Rock Roar, like, Necro spells, and I don't see how you team fight like that.
It's true. It makes it very tough. And, I mean, the targets to go on, I guess Warlock's the best one, but the idea that you're going to find a Warlock at the start is pretty low probability, although Crit here maybe going to fall, although Abed shows up and they immediately decide we can't do it anymore, and the axes, look at the chain down. Oh, God. It hurts. Nick forced to back away. And in the meantime, they were able to pressure mid a little bit as well.
Good. This Potom got the Spear Vessel, but he hasn't got an Urn Charge yet. Very unfortunate.
I have a very hard time flexing this Bristle.
Root there, onto 2.
Oh, okay, this will work.
Deep.
Hello? Arteezy? What happened?
Not expect. He thought they had retreated.
Oh, can they get the kill? Oh, mechanism. Oh, the heal. Trying to keep him alive. Not going to happen. And now the turn. Duel, but
counter tank and talked about it. It's the hook from Pudge.
It's amazing. It's so good. Ice is going to fall as well, though. So look at that. They managed to find themselves a couple quick kills. They keep their Warlock alive, but they lose a few others. And now the mid tower going down for EG as well. The cut making some solid moves.
That was a solid move from Arteezy.
Yeah, right?
Sorry.
He's kicking things off, you know. He's making it interesting, that's all.
You got it. You got it.
It's nice that these lesser teams can learn from teams like the Cut in division play, you know. Now Arteezy probably won't make that move again. You're welcome, Arteezy. You can thank me.
He will not walk behind the enemy tier 1 alone.
Yeah.
No, but the sequence of events there is like, so EG's like, they're sort of committing some resources to push this mid tower, and then they overextend. And when that happens, like, you commit resources to do an objective, and then you lose something, and they take your objective in the same lane right back. Like, the map gets super messed up for you.
Dude, look at this.
What's supposed? Oh, sorry, go ahead. Oh, they're just doing the Roshan, huh?
They're just axing it. That's all they're doing. Look at this.
I might not smoke, but I have a Pudge.
Look at this. This is absurd. 20 stacks. Keep it going. Keep it going. And there's the Aegis.
Oh, crit Aegis or what?
Hello?
Oh, no, they're giving it to Arturo, okay.
Okay.
Well, after that, play mid. You know, you need it more than I do. Thanks, Abed.
It's really it's scary. Those axes are very scary.
For sure. And the thing about this tiny hero is, I think I was very whelmed. I've been very whelmed when I see this hero, but like, his late game scale is extremely good. Like, if you hit your level 20, 25, he's one of the hardest carries in the game. It's just, he actually doesn't farm that fast, I feel like.
Right.
Walks up to the buildings and it's like 4-shot in the late game.
For sure, for sure.
He becomes that Bulba's favorite thing, right? Win one team fight, win game.
That is a fun way to play Dota.
Yeah.
Right. True. In the meantime, though, You saw the cut there, cut the wave back behind the tier 2, so
Yeah.
they don't lose theirs, and EG lose the bottom one.
Wow, nice one, Miracle. Really? You got it, bud.
Honestly, like
Bingo.
this Mirana has Hawk Block.
It's fine.
Like the fight for the cut, the initiations are awkward, but if they can keep poking them for long enough with this Ember, they actually have the tools to sustain against the Beastmaster. Oh, mid lane.
Yeah,
Gets
they
lured.
got him. But does have a way to get out of there, maybe. Avalanche toss, never mind.
Meanwhile, though, they did catch crit at the very least.
Carry for carry. Perfect.
Yeah.
And Arteezy finds another angle there. Avalanche onto 2. And they decide
A
of
rough
all the
support
heroes,
life.
we're going to go for Pingu. That's the one. Oh, Glimmer.
Ooh, invisibility's invincibility? Just kidding.
What? Why would you do that to him? Oh, no. It's 120 seconds. Whatever. He's cool with it.
In my head, like, for some reason this patch, when you die on 4s and 5s, it actually feels really bad on your map. Like, I don't really understand why yet, but I think killing these, like, when I see people tank deaths, I'm less happy this patch than I am in most patches. So I think Reaper scything supports, for some reason, feels like better than usual. I don't even know if it's correct, it's just like some feeling I get in my head.
Okay. Well, I trust your feeling.
Also, like, if your eyes is like, you scythe for sure. Guaranteed kill?
Yeah.
Gotta pump those numbers up, you know?
True enough.
Arteezy's just casually taking their tier 2 while they pressure bottom.
Now he's upset about his courier going down. Tries to punch back on Nick here.
I tell you, the thing that gets me about Tiny is the first level of Grow giving you the 12 armor.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. I think that's a pretty high tier spell and ability draft. That's how you can judge spells.
Yeah, there you go. That's fair. That's Knoxville's favorite way to judge spells. I know that.
Yeah, no, legitimately, like, if a spell is really good at an ability draft, that means, like, independent of everything else, like the model, how it combines with everything, like, it's just a really good spell. It's like the most objective spell data you can get in Dota, I think.
Don't encourage Knoxville. He's done too much research already, I swear.
I think you can determine your ability draft elo now. If you guys are huge
Ooh.
fans of the mode,
Yeah.
he'll help you out.
I hate that mode. Sorry, just kidding. It's really fun. My friends are just bad.
Crit? He's
So to
looking.
think that... Ooh. Fight?
Jason. Midnight. Oh,
Scared?
tries to run away. They're thinking about
They
it,
still have
though.
Aegis.
And Ice is back up with Reapers again. Scourge McDuck is right on top of him. Waits for
I
him to
think
go
TC
in.
need to chill here.
Toss back. They still have Fly nearby. Trying to take down Arteezy again. Arrow
Just in
is
the
going to
middle of him.
connect. Maybe a chance. Good hook out from Crit. Nobody wanted to tank that one for him.
Oh, I'm back in.
Another round. Why not? They still hold on to this outpost. Little Nick. Slight. Root. He has Manta. Still Aegis for another 40 seconds.
Yeah, that's the frustrating part. Is they don't want to overcommit for the Aegis, and then they also don't want to be too close to him because of the combo. And then there's a Pudge who's just like hooking him back. So they were probably just hoping to run into anyone else in that situation.
Thinking about going for round 2 here now. Fly playing around the Sentry Ward. And down bottom, Ice, he's right there. They spot him. Want to go for the chase down. Duel is committed for this guy, and they get the kill.
That's
Not
huge.
Third duel
Versus
win.
slaps mid tower.
Oh god, yeah, and it's just gone.
He doesn't care. He's just killing that next wave too.
Was only a second, my bad.
Aegis is about to be reclaimed now as Fly. Oh, gets hooked back in and he's living the heal, the everything. Scourge McDuck's not done though. Wants to chase him down and the Aegis just now reclaimed.
Whip it.
Oh, not gonna go any further.
These hooks have been incredible. I mean, Crit is just on this game. Going for that shard next too.
Oh, I see. Arteezy's going for Silver Edge. Okay. I thought he was going for Echo Saber, which I think would have been really bad, but Silver Edge sounds really good.
Yeah,
Arteezy's a smart boy.
that shard is disgusting. It just seems so good.
The Tiny Shard?
No, the
Oh,
Pudge
the
shard.
Pudge one.
Oh, the Pudge Shard.
Yeah.
That shard is very good.
6%.
Honestly, top tier. Like, you know, if you got Dismember in Ability Draft,
There
you
you
would buy
go.
the shard for it.
Let us know. Well,
top lane, a lot of pressure. I think as soon as... I mean, they have Ember Spirit to deal with these lanes, but honestly, it's sort of scary. Like, there's a blink on Pudge. Like, this Ember Spirit dies pretty fast.
He did just now complete his Lincoln Sphere, though.
Ooh,
so
that is big.
He's got an answer at the very least. But yeah, it's you combo it together with one other. Like, if Arteezy finds him, it's you know, curtains there as well.
And we're gonna see the Tiny pick up his farm a lot because that shard is like a really strong shard for farming. But I gotta say, like, he's 12k net worth at 24 minutes, and he's pretty much been focusing on farming. It's like very underwhelming compared to the other heroes that farm fast this patch.
That's a good point. We are seeing kind of an interesting collapse now onto this side of the map. Little Nick trying to move in, make something happen. Avalanche away, Crit finds him there, but does not use the Dismember, still keeping that Lincoln's fine. Meanwhile, jump onto the backside. Roar comes out onto Tingle King. Living for the moment now, Root onto 2. Big ol' rock drops down onto both of them. Tingle King doesn't die to the ulti, but they will get the chase down. Buys back now, Scourge McDuck wanting to take down Ice Ice Ice. He's still in front of everybody. Yule Scepter lift up, he has Ghost Shroud and a 20 stick. Heals back up again, Scourge McDuck being brought down low. Blinding Light not enough to create that separation. So carry for carry, but it was a buyback on Legion that separates the two of them. And, well, Nick, trying to chase down Fly, gets the kill. Okay, he takes down Warlock in the backline. Can they kill off Nick? Lincoln's broke, jump forward from Crit, press the attack, turn around, duel, onto the Pudge. Can they get him? Arrow goes out. It's not quite enough, and in fact, they lose the duel. Pudge gets the extra bonus right click, and Abed with the double. Axes continue to get thrown out. Oh, he's predicting. Oh God, Pingu, you gotta run. Throwing out those axes, not quite on the mark, but Pudge, Crit. Oh,
yeah. Good play, Pingu. Big braining with the ward.
That was the cut. Like, they started the fight really well. They got the free Tiny kill basically. If they had just reset the fight, like, they could have got resources, and actually, I think that could have been a game-winning fight for them.
Yeah, depending on like when this Roche timer was. I mean, it ended up being a really late Roche.
Unfortunately, but unfortunately, they the fight happened and they just kept running in. Like, after you spend all your spells and like a lot of resources, you're sort of low on some heroes. Your cooldowns, like, you need to be able to reset these fights.
It's so tempting when you have the Bristle, I bet, too. Because he has no cooldown, so Scourge just wants to keep fighting, so you all follow him.
I don't know how it works with Beastmaster Axes specifically, but usually damage reduction is additive in Dota. So like these Beastmaster Axes, when you get a couple on Bristleback, he actually takes a lot more damage than you expect. It used to be that way. Like, I know like OG would play like this Centaur Eggs with a Spectre, and he would take like 0 damage.
Right.
But yeah. And at the end there also, the cut, like, they had like this this duel to save the Mirana and like a potential turnaround, but it wasn't coordinated. Like, if Lil Nick came back in there, I think they could have taken that fight. It was a 4v3 or something like that, and like Ember still had 2 remnants and pretty good resources because he went Lincolns this game.
Nice Shadow in here. They have the vision on Arteezy. They wanted it, but not gonna happen.
Ice 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 is scouting
wait.
outside of Roshan Pit with his courier.
I mean, yeah.
Legion's so far away, though.
They'll do it. Takes down the courier. I don't know why it's in there. What are you doing, Ice Ice Ice? Read some patch notes. I was going to him. Maybe that's what it was.
No, he was scouting the outside of the pit, so you can see when they run in. Sort of interesting.
Arrow, gonna be off the mark. Hook lined up perfectly. Tingle King gets taken down, and now Bristle. Oh God, Scourge McDuck gotta run away. The break is there, and Reaper's Scythe comes out. They get the full combo out now. Can they kill him off though? Still very fast with the Sasha. But another one from Crit.
I'll say that hook's at like plus 15 damage at least now. You know.
That's true.
Just piling up the damage.
I mean, he's got 20
damage
duel.
As well.
He's got 20 duel victory, and then also 11 flesh heap.
Crit's making Pudge look very good.
Yes, I noticed that this is what happens when he comes across the ocean, huh? Because he's no longer on ping.
That's true.
He is not. Very pog.
Yeah, big.
Well, game is feeling quite hard now as high ground is being assaulted. Evil Geniuses, they're going to keep alive Ice 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 here, even though he caught an arrow.
Wow, it's the first time Arteezy's played Tiny in like 2 years, really? In a pro match? It's crazy.
A little off the mark there. Oh god, Vol, you're gonna die. Careful, buddy.
Lost his damage stacks.
I think it's only one more, right? Oh no, Chase. Blinding Light pushback. They're pulling in little Nick. He's ready to go. But do they really have that much left in the tank at this point? I mean, EG can just siege so like effortlessly.
All right, here we go. Big numbers. All right, we got Deso Slight. We got Bristle Quill. Lots of physical stuff. It's the turn.
Did you guys see what Ice just did there?
Why was he TP'd?
So he's hoping they go on him because
Yeah,
he's unkillable, right? So you TP in front of them in vision, and you're like, please jump me. If they jump him, like, they'll win the fight.
He
Like,
does
he has
that
no
so
intention of
much.
TPing out. It's
Yeah.
a good play.
I
Honestly,
feel like you need to have a talk before a game versus Ice and just be like, never trust him.
Yeah.
True.
Don't go for the items. Don't go for the TP cancel alone near your base.
There's a big smoke from the cut. They got
And
good
ice,
position
ice,
here.
ice.
You kill
Duel.
this time.
Oh god, be careful.
Oh, here's a
no!
shard.
Look at shard.
Oh, it's a hard counter.
Look at the combo. Oh no, fatal
Jenkins
bonds
was
on
right.
everybody. It's too strong. Reaper Scythe afterwards onto his backside. Not quite enough. You know, the hook pulls in onto the Mirana. Vol tries to get the finish. Will take down the Warlock, but it's. I mean, it's the most Pyrrhic victories. You're not gonna take these guys down.
You know, I see this Legion press the attack and dismember one time, and I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. And then I see, what, like 2 or 3 hooks to save from duels, and now he's just eating them? Come on.
It's a pretty unplayable matchup. And this was a 22 pick Legion. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty weird because like I think Bristle matches up really well versus Tiny in lane. He has 0 armor, and they like have the option to pick a carry that just completely dumpsters Necro and snowballs the lane, like the game. But instead, like they end up like, I mean, Bristleback can do that, but there are safer options versus Necro, and they end up just like having this Legion hero whose impact is only 1 W in the game, and the Bristleback lost his lane.
Well, Arteezy tossing other teammates into the tier 4s. He's learned his lesson. Don't look gonna be the one done. And 20-9. As Ice gets going on, pull him inside. Come with me. Wonderful Ice. I got you. God, it's just impossible. It's an impossibility.
How long can he hold them in there for?
Forever.
A while.
I think it's perma until
Oh,
like,
and
you
it's only
kick them out.
and the cooldown doesn't like start late or anything either.
So in the good Pudge strat where you have Snapfire, Leicester, and Pudge, you eat some heroes and then toss them all in. You can like have a full bomb, you know, and you re-eat them after. Very good.
All right, this is some stuff right here.
Yeah, take notes. Another smoke from the cut. They feel like they have to contest this Roshan, but they're just too late.
It's really the range that's the problem. How
Ooh.
long the range is.
Who's getting the shard?
Look out. They're just leaving it in the pit. They don't care. Somebody has it. TZ?
Necrophos maybe? Did he have it already?
Yeah, Necrophos circuit.
Aegis already there on Arteezy. He's not afraid to run in. Scourge McDuck trying to back away. Has that Lotus on him. Looking for the back lines. Finds one. Legion getting beaten into, but the Blinding Light pushback. Roar now onto Bristle. They take off those stacks, but still lifting him up in the air, tossing him back down. Lots of regen, and Reaper Scythe will be enough this time. Ice gets the kill as Little Nick.
Give them the Death Seeker!
They're going. Just keep going. Crits on another one. Why not? Chase forward. Couple more punches. He's in the grave. And meantime, Vol, nowhere left to go. Also going to fall. Tier 4 towers being assaulted. Mass buybacks. Hoping to find something here. But the game is looking rather rough. So they're back in it yet again. Arteezy hitting on tier 4s. E-Blade, Axis, Abed, Godlike. Yeah, he's just going to keep on spamming these things until somebody decides to leave the game.
What was the Dota 1 command to check your hooks?
That's HA.
Oh, see, that will be the ultimate BM all chat right now.
I like it.
If Crit just all chatted.
Yeah, I think that they know what's going on here. GG as the fountain farming is going to continue all the way in there. The Ancient's going to fall. Crit doesn't even die. Ends the game 8-1-13. What a Pudge.
That was some serious hook accuracy, I'd have to say. Very impressive Pudge performance from Crit. This guy is super powered now. The ankle weights are off, right? He's like on 10 ping now, so he
There
gets
it
to play Pudge.
I like it. Howie, thoughts? on the draft, on the play? Did you like what you saw?
I mean, other than their last pick, I think the cut they got their drafting a lot better through the series. I think they're learning. They have some good things to look at, but this is honestly just a stomp, right? Like they made it look competitive for a bit, but how do teams think about team fights? Like there's like multiple levels of disparity, I think, between them. And in Dota, you can't win if you can't win fights against your opponents now. So
how could
yeah.
they have better utilized this bristleback, do you think? Because that seems to be the main issue, right? Is they farmed the hell out of him.
He was like, first he had a bad lane. They did a really good job catching up and using the map well. But like when they fought, they would like commit resources and like the bristleback would go in and then he would just keep going in. Like if they reset a couple times on a bristleback, like I think the farm level he had was correct. It's just like he didn't understand the state of the game for that.
Yeah, and they were so close to taking that mid-tier 1 early too. That also could have helped a little bit as well.
Yeah, that would have for sure.
Overall, I would say much better game 2. That is definitely something to be pleased about. I think if you're the cut right now, and hopefully that just means the more matches they play, the better they'll get versus these tougher opponents.
I like to see it. Yeah, I think that going up from game number 1 to game number 2 important, and this is all about learning for these teams. EG, they did pretty well at the major. That's what's being expected. But we're going to go to a quick break. When we get back, the panel's going to break it all down and get ready for our second match of the day as well. See y'all then.
Welcome back, everybody, as it is Evil Geniuses who knocked down the cut 2-0, giving him that warm welcome to the D1 division now. Things going as we expect. Game 2, a bit tighter, a little closer for the cut, but ultimately the answer is the same. I'm back with Jenkins, and I'm back with Sunsfan here. Sunsfan, I'll start with you this time. Now, game 2, as I mentioned, a bit closer. How much of it was the cut stepping up in game 2? How much of it was EG going with a more laxed kind of side option draft?
Probably a mix of the two, I would say. I mean, yeah, from the cuts perspective, definitely a better laning stage. The draft still had a couple of holes, but it was better than game 1 for sure. But I think the big thing is Beastmaster being left in the pool purposefully. They knew that he was going to get first picked, and it still looks incredible. I mean, I think Lil Nick won his lane, but it didn't matter because once Abe got Aghanim Scepter, you can't do anything anymore. I thought we've been waiting for the tiny carry to make an appearance, and I thought it looked a little bit underwhelming. But then, of course, at 20 minutes, it's funny. Like the entire team just hits a new power spike at 20 minutes. You get the Warlock Shard, the Pudge Shard, the Tiny Shard, and obviously crits, saves all game long, both with the hooks and eating of his teammates were amazing. I just want to say on record that I was a believer in this ability before Jenkins. I was buying this as an Aghanim Scepter. Okay, you play Core Pudge, you get an Aether Lens, then you get Aghanim Scepter to eat your team in. Jenkins, he came to me again for some reason. He comes to me naked at all times. I don't know what his deal is. It's like, you are an idiot. This is terrible. Like, it just needs some buffs. Just needs a cast range buff. Not only did they the cast range buff, gentlemen, but it's 1,400 gold instead of 42 as
Dakota,
well. So,
I would like to put this out
stuff.
there that I was not naked. It was just from the waist down. But anyway, back to you, Dakota.
Yeah, we'll park the naked talk aside because we do have a winner's interview. We have none other than Captain Fly. He's going to join us on the line. Fly, I hope you can hear me. Congratulations on your first win back from Singapore, taking down heavy challengers in the cut. Now, I heard, and based on ping, it looks like you guys are all back together in a team house for this. Is that true? And if it is, what's that experience like, having actually everyone, including Crit, together?
First of all, thank you for kind words. We're not all together at the moment. Like, it's Daryl, Abed, and Crit who are in the team house. and everybody else is at home. But we're all playing, from US/Canada, so we all have good ping. But either way, it's nice. I think it's nice for Crit that he doesn't have to completely wreck his schedule. I think he was sleeping at 5 a.m. every day. It was crazy. So it's nice.
Oh, so he's shacking up with Abed and Ice Ice Ice. I hope to get him on the mic so we can ask him what that kind of experience is like for sure. I do, of course, have Jenkins and Suns fan. I apologize. We're not able to change out the talent between seasons, but they're here to ask you some more spicy questions. I'm sure Jenkins is gleeful because we got a Pudge in game 2. Jenkins, what do you got?
Yeah, so Fly, sorry about this. He did call me out. I will be asking about the Pudge. I'm wondering if there are any draft requirements to pick this hero. Do you think that you need to have setup? Do you need to be against certain heroes? Or is this hero just good enough to pick in any game? Where do you think this hero actually stands in the meta right now?
I think in all new patches, it takes time for things to settle down. So right now, it's kind of hard to say what exactly is extremely good, except some Beastmaster. And this is also a bit up to Crit because he's just playing it. He's playing it a lot in his pubs, and he likes the hero. I mean, it's fun for him, and the shard is obviously a pretty big deal right now. You have all these crazy shards in Dota. Last patch, almost nobody bought the shard. It was just a whatever thing for most heroes. Pudge is definitely up there. It got buffed a lot, and I think it's a legit hero. I don't know how strong he is yet, but it's playable.
Thank you. I will be ruining some pubs with this information. Appreciate it.
Hey, Fly, how's it going, buddy?
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. I apologize for Jenkins. Just constant annoyance on this panel. I want to ask you about the latest patch, 7.29b. Were you surprised that, a lot of the things that we thought were going to get nerfed did, but not to the degree that we were expecting? Did you have the same kind of reaction, especially the Beastmasters of the world?
It did get hit hard, right? Necro removed, but then they buffed something that was kind of low-key good at the time. And I know Daryl was kind of sad about it. Ice. He was like, "Oh, I actually used to buy Ags, but now they, everybody is buying it." So, I wasn't too surprised with some of the major changes in the patch, but there are definitely some new things, some crazy shards. So.
Yeah, I was referring to the late, this mini B patch where they only nerfed Beastmaster by a bit, because we're seeing this hero in every single game, and then he gets, 10 damage. It's something, but were you expecting more from this patch?
I was expecting more. Yeah, I'm trying to think as well. They nerfed PL. There's still some heroes that are probably a little undervalued right now. Not gonna go into too much about that, but we saw Lina today, which is one of the heroes that got buffed. Which is, it's very easy to hit the stun now. So go out there and stun people, make them sad.
Agree.
All right. Wow, gentlemen, pretty tame today, I got to say. Thank you so much, Fly, for being on the line. This is just the first time, but I'm expecting we're going to be hearing more from you in the future. So we look forward to your matches. Thanks again.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Shout outs to Fly and Evil Geniuses. Make sure you go hit them up on their Twitters and their Instagrams and such. Fly frequently tweeting his own little cookings and expeditions in the kitchen. So if you want to learn more about Fly than what he does in Dota, but go check him out there. Yes, Shannon, what?
You called us out for being tame. Right before this panel, I just want to throw it out there. Dakota, again, got naked. I don't know why. He's learning from Jenkins. He got on camera and told us, you guys better not get out of line. This is a very important interview. Do not ask stupid questions, especially you, Jenkins.
Yeah.
Or else you will not get any money for this DPC. So
Jenkins just coming in to be like, I want to ask you why you think a hero is good and why you pick it. And give me all of your sacred details right now on the air.
That's his
everybody
specialty.
And all of the teams that are listening right now.
Okay, if somebody's willing to talk about it, okay, I'm down. I don't give a shit if EG win. Well, okay, at the major, sure, we'll say for the pride sake. I don't care if these guys win in DPC. I just want to win pubs. All the viewers, they just want to win their pubs. Nobody cares if these teams win or if they lose. This doesn't matter. Our pubs matter, okay, guys? And so that's all we care about. I'm just trying to do a service for the fans and also myself.
Yeah. We needed to find out what the super secret juicy stuff was the last patch, or maybe what was going on in the major that we didn't really see. I guess those would be the questions, really digging into, as no one wants to reveal the good stuff now. Why don't we go ahead and just check out a brief update at the current standings with this result and see who is kind of sitting at the top of the pack with Evil Geniuses right now. It is incredibly early. This is just the very first week of 6 weeks of league play. And but as what we saw in season 1, every single series matters. We had that crazy 3-way tie between Quincy, Undying, and EG at the back end of season 1, and any of those 3 teams could have gone to the major, and any one of them could have been stuck home. In that instance, it was Undying. We see Undying already claim that first series win. They're coming back strong in season 2. Zoomers got that first series win against Penta Ace. They didn't have to have that first stop challenge against EG, so we'll see how warmed up they are and ready, because EG, as we saw, they're looking fantastic too. All that's left is to see Quincy Crew, who are going to be playing in our next upcoming series, the one remaining team who were at that major. So curious to see what kind of new ideas they have of their own for this patch, or if they're looking to take it just as seriously as EG. I mean, we have a little bit of time here, gentlemen, so give me your early, Quincy Crew psyche prediction here. How are they going to approach this Simply 2-base series? Are they going to come in and try to show that they are a major competitor team and just shut them down and play as hard as possible and give this former D2 team what it's like in the D1? Or do they come in with some new ideas and try to still get the W, what's important, but try out some new things?
It's going to be 2 shellackings, gentlemen. I think Quincy Crew, I mean, keep in mind, we watch a lot of NA games, but people that, watch the major, Quincy Crew didn't get top 8, and we were hyping them up. Of course, they had a stand-in. I think they want to prove that even though the stand-in, I thought, played well, it's just missing an MSS from this team specifically that's a huge blow. So I think they come out swinging. Maybe they try some new stuff, but I think both games will be shellackings, but we'll see.
I don't think they're going to go easy on 2-based at all. Obviously, you have this element of every team this season especially realizes how important every match is. If they didn't last season, now they realize that there's no playoffs at the end. So it's pretty important to win every single match. But on top of this, Simply 2-based, this is Monkeys Forever, this is Flea, I Annihilate, Boris, Empyrean. These players are all tier 2, tier 1.5 caliber players, right? Exactly where a lot of the Quincy Crew players were just a year or 2 years ago. Quinn climbed from rank 200, just a rank sitting 200 player, dog shit player in the grand scheme of things, to literally rank 1 and 10 losses in a row, still rank 1 because he's so high MMR. So they know what it's like to be on that level. They're not going to treat these guys like they're peasants. These guys have the same potential that they had before they made it to the big leagues. So it's you know what? We're still equals, and I'm going to treat you like that. And like you said, Dakota, I think, or in the recent series, it's a show of respect more than anything to treat your opponents with respect, and I think that's what they'll do.
Yeah, they're not going to respect them by giving them the scrim time, but they'll respect them by beating their ass in the real match to show them at least what the high competition certainly does feel like. And it's a powerful thing. And if you want to feel that power, I got to tell you got to check out XPG. That is our sponsor for season 2. They have this sick gunmetal notebook. That is the Xenia gunmetal notebook that they are featuring right now for these couple of weeks. XPG, shouts to them. And they're hooking up with a giveaway here that's going on. Production, do me a favor, throw it up on screen so we can show the viewers at home how they can enter and how they could support not only XPG, but also support the greatest region in Dota, North American Dota. First off, there is going to be someone who does walk away with an XPG Xenia XE gaming lifestyle ultrabook. You use this notebook and your lifestyle changes into a gaming lifestyle. I'll have Jenkins and Sunsfan explain what a gaming lifestyle is in just a moment. Some of you not going to be as lucky. They can get a Summoner gaming keyboard. This gaming keyboard will summon the power of dankness when you use it. It's incredible. And all along the way with everything you get some sweet Beyond the Summit merchandise or swag or drip or whatever the hell the kids are calling it today. If you want to enter, you got to scroll down right now and you got to hit the banner below. Giveaway. Hit the banner, man. Support XPG. Support sponsors finally coming back into Dota. Support NA Dota. That's what I'm all about. Jenkins, you are living the gaming lifestyle. I hear about it all the time. Suns fans saying it. You're getting naked. Like, what is that like? Tell me about the gaming lifestyle.
You know, let me tell you guys, if you win this XPG laptop, I will be completely honest with you here. What a beautiful machine it is. It does great work. But if it's going to bait you into the darkness, into the abyss of a gaming lifestyle, if you want to go to bed at 9 a.m. and then the next day go to bed at 10 a.m. and then the next day 11 a.m. and then all of a sudden, don't get this off. This is not a long rant. I was not. Hey, yeah, they can see my background. I look pathetic now.
It's all facade.
Well, you know, this is all part of the gaming lifestyle. I am pathetic. I am a degenerate Suns fan as well. I actually really look up to this guy, and you know that should tell you something about how I am if I look up to him. And obviously he's pathetic. Look at him, like he can barely stand up. That's why he's sitting down.
Who do I look up to is the real question. I don't know. I think I'm just an inspiration to myself, Jenkins. I look in the mirror
That's fair. Yeah, you
the
could
gaming lifestyle really rubs off on a lot of people. Sometimes the wrong way, but you know they get over it.
It does.
Well, if they want to experience it, go check it out
syndrome.
for yourself. It's
it's more of a syndrome than it is a lifestyle.
It's a mental illness that I guess some people may be able to get behind, the gaming lifestyle, if you will.
Yeah.
All right, we're not going to go down this hole any further as we continue to talk about XPG. What we're going to do now is something actually special, because I know there is about an hour of time before our next series is scheduled to begin. We do have a little bit of extra content we can kind of get out for you right now. And what we did is we had asked all the NA pros what their impressions were about this latest patch. And what we're going to do is go do a small break. When we return, we'll air this content and show you what the NA pros had to say about the new patch additions. Changed since then. So without further ado, here is NA pros reacting to the latest patch.
I think overall this patch has it feels more greedy to play. I feel like everyone has more resources and they have more gold. And the change of the bounties and the change of the outposts, it makes the supports they always get some gold and they always get experience. Like right now every game is like minute 10. I rarely see a hero with like level 4 unless it's like playing really bad. But there's like a lot of action. I really enjoy the level 1 thing. I think this new bounty rune setup, it makes it really cool. Like how you decide to take the fight, and what's the carry gonna do. Like from my perspective, sometimes I'm like, can I add something to the fight level 1, or can I go around and just take the rune and be like, yeah, take your rune, motherfucker.
They added a bunch of trees on towers, and then they made the TP on towers like bigger. You can TP like further away into the trees, so it makes defending towers like really easy. And since they added a lot more trees around the towers, it makes it like much easier to defend.
The biggest things are generally map changes.
I couldn't tell you where to work, like if my life depended on it. I don't know where to put sentry wards, I don't know anything. It's a mess.
Whenever a patch of like this magnitude comes out, there's always something like hiding that people just like haven't figured out yet. I think people are gonna really experiment in the offlane because, you know, the default was just buy Necrobook on every offlaner, you know, no boots. So they can't do that anymore. So like people are really gonna like try to find new ways to like play the offlane.
Oh, the satanic change. I like the satanic change because they removed the status resistance from that item and it was like really bad. And then they like gave it another thing, right? So now if you're like some hero that wants like a dispel, cooldown's lower as well and it can't be dispelled. I don't know. It has its places now.
Yeah, I thought initially when I read it, it's gonna be like really strong, like SNY satanic is gonna be a really nice item progression. But the problem is, I don't think you buy it with the purpose to dispel. Like the desire to buy the item doesn't really change in my mind. Like if heroes that wanted a satanic last patch are gonna want it this patch anyway. I don't think the selling point will change. Like either you decide to go heart or satanic.
I guess Lone Druid maybe. We were picking Lone Druid at the end of last patch, like in the BTS tournament. We kind of strategized it, and then they buffed it a lot. They added the shard. Now like dispels the bear, so you can remove like Yules if your bear gets like Yuled in the air, or if you get Spear Vessel and stuff. So I think that's a hero that not many people play anymore these days. And it's probably something that should be considered.
I mean, I think the largest change was the Necro removal. I think it enables a lot of supports where they otherwise weren't. Because you actually just couldn't play certain heroes in the Necro book. It's like impossible. And that's a lot of reason why people really lowered the pick value on some of these like ranged 5s, for example, or even the ranged 4s. Because you end up playing these squishy backline subs for some beast or like a Necro, and there was literally no counter in the game. They had Purge, they had True Sight. Like you couldn't Glimmer it, you couldn't Ghost it, you couldn't do anything. It was just really annoying. So hopefully that helps some of these ranged 5s and 4s that kind of got overlooked for a long time come back a little bit.
I think there are a lot of cheesy heroes that have been getting buffed, like bit by bit, each patch, you know, they've been getting buffed, and now they're like secretly OP. Like I think Huskar's like really cheesy right now. Like everything about him got buffed. I still think Huskar's like he's not really like he's not a real hero, you know. He's not like one of these classic standard core heroes like Juggernaut. You know, he has immunity, he has a heal, he goes for Roche, he buys Battle Fury. But the Huskar, man, like he keeps getting buffed, and I look at it and I'm like is he really viable? Like he gets unpicked every patch, but he keeps getting buffed, you know. So like, is he gonna get broken? I feel the same way about Meeple. Like every time I look at the change of this hero, I'm like, like IS like cheese is so bad because like you don't know about it until like you're playing this game. The enemy team has last pick. You feel like, oh yeah, we got this trap. What the fuck are you gonna pick? What the fuck are they gonna pick? And then they pick, and you're like Meeple. You're like, oh my god, not the Avid Meeple. Like some guy they pick Huskar Rock, and you're like, no, how are we gonna beat this thing? So I think it's something to watch out for. The new Brood Mothers, the new Meeples, and the new Huskars are like low-key broken, but people like you need to be a specialist.
The TPs being 100 gold and you getting a free one every time you die will probably mean a lot more just subs dying, not really caring. I think there'll be a bigger emphasis on just like making your enemies feel bad that they're like sitting there in the lane. You know, you don't want to kill them. They just know they can't do anything and they don't want to walk to base, so they're gonna either have to suicide or, you know, some more strength carries. I think we'll see. I think Omni might be powerful with this new stuff. Some carry tiny. Oh, we're gonna see a lot of Solar Crest. I can tell you that one for sure. They made that item so much cheaper. It's just like 3,500 or 30. It's super cheap now. Like everybody's gonna buy it. If you're not buying a Solar Crest, you're probably losing. Mech, the mana cost buff. That's also a huge change for a lot of people because a lot of these heroes don't actually have like 200 mana to spend on mech, but now it's only 100. You know, they'll pick it up casually. Might see some Furion with their mechs. You know, just a lot more casual mechs.
The Battle Fury, like it got nerfed over the last like 2 years, I want to say, maybe 3. I feel Battle Fury has gone from 70% cleave to 40% cleave. I think like over a long period of time, it's just been going down 10%. Every year it just gets little line in the notes, 10%. And then I feel now it's like, to put it in like comparison, it's as strong, the item Battle Fury is as strong as CK's talent. When you read that line, it's 35% cleave. Kind of dog shit. Like you just read it, you're like, that's kind of whatever. The item is like more than the cleave, of course, but it's just kind of funny. Like he's kind of forcing the direction, like making you really decide what items are good for you and forcing the meta in a certain way, which I think is like kind of obvious. Like if you read the notes, like Quelling Blade for melee got nerfed, Battle Fury got nerfed. Kind of feels he's trying to change it a little bit by little bit.
So now let's react to the reaction, if you will. That was the pros' insight into the new patch just after it had come out. This was like almost nearly 1 week ago. Now things have happened since then. There's been pro matches, there's been micro patches since then. So let's talk about what they got right and what they got wrong early on, starting with what they got right. You know, I can lead in early, Jenkins, and mention The Satanic talk a bit early sounded like they were on the money with a bit. Those changes did look promising. I have seen a lot more Satanic. I mean, would you agree that that's item that has been, just suddenly moved up in the priority tier for a lot of cores?
Yeah, I think one of the big reasons that that's true is that a big way that you would deal with the Satanic is you would just buy a Spirit Vessel, or some forward like already have a Spirit Vessel, and now the Satanic just purges it, right? So it's like you have to Spirit Vessel after the Satanic comes, and that's not normally how that goes. Like you're just waiting for a Satanic to be used to Spirit Vessel, and even then, you're using it on like a 200% increase on the lifesteal. So that basically makes it so like Spirit Vessel's a garbage item. It feels really bad to get that in games. There just feels like there's a lot of these dispels, so that's really nice. And then, like Little Nick was saying, there was also like a bunch of damage buffs to Satanic, and then the cost of it is really cheap. Very good. Anyway, yeah, that's about it. Satanic's pretty good.
Jenkins.
I'm very distracted. There's a cat on my screen. I would like to pet that cat.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if the stream sees like this high quality camera action you got going on. Looks
I have
like
no
the
idea.
bit
Is that
rate's
me?
gone.
Is that me, gentlemen?
Junker. It could not. It could be just on our end. But any other things that they got right? I know one thing that they were talking about a bit that they were nervous for is a lot of the map changes, and Zero in particular going off on like, I don't know where the hell to plant my wards anymore. They completely changed all the cliffs. Where's a good ward spot? Where's a sentry? How valid is that? And are people still trying to figure it out?
I think basically people are just putting wards on the cliffs from what I've seen. Like the cliff wards are too powerful, and there's too few. The sentries are too small, so it's really hard to deward those cliff wards without just directly putting it on the cliff. And so, in order to force those like wasted sentries, basically people are putting wards on the cliffs. Like it's actually kind of gotten simpler, and maybe that's just because people suck. But it seems like it's gotten simpler. I think where people were right is like the trees had the fact that there's so many. You buy Quelling Blade, and actually nobody mentioned that the value of Quelling Blade. I legitimately think if you're a position 5 and you don't have a Quelling Blade in your inventory, you're playing wrong. Like you legit need a QB to just cut through trees. Like even on Pudge, I've been going QB and just like hiding in trees and cutting waves. And it's like if they come try to kill me, I'm a Pudge. You're killing a Pudge, idiot. Like it's not good, and the thing is like it's so much effort to kill a Pudge who's cutting through trees like that because there's so many little juke paths. You have to look all in the jungle in order to find him, as opposed to like one small spot, as my camera apparently goes to 10 FPS.
Don't move too fast. Your hardware can't handle it. Jenkins,
anyway,
right,
Suns fan, I know you're chomping at the bit here. Well, what's your favorite part?
I'm sorry, what were you saying, Jenkins?
I don't know. Some bullshit about Pudge.
I thought they were actually pretty accurate on most of the counts there. Solar Crest, super good. The map changes obviously had a big impact.
That was the one thing I was going to bring up. It was the Solar Crest, the one thing they didn't get right. I feel like I didn't see a whole lot of Solar Crest, but maybe I'm missing it. Is Solar Crest showing
like
up
it's
a lot?
Busted still.
I think it's pretty busted, yeah. I think it's cheap for what it provides. I think Owie is right when he basically he said the average amount of Solar Crest you want to have in a game is like 1.5. In other words, like you should probably have multiple because it's that good. And yeah, I agree. You can like defensive Solar Crest one person, then like aggressive Solar Crest another. It's too cheap. It's way too cheap for what it does.
I don't think they said anything. Are we getting to that part, by the way, about what they got wrong?
No, yeah, we are. You're doing fantastic.
I don't know if they like
now.
said anything that's just blatantly wrong, but the omission of things, I guess you could take as being wrong, which
sure.
I think like the impact of the shards now. So 20 minutes is a huge power spike now for a lot of heroes. The fact that they mentioned the Necro being gone, obviously having a big impact, but then obviously Beastmaster is, still unbelievably strong, but just in a different way now.
Casually didn't mention him at all.
Right. Well, again, like when you read the notes for the first time, like I think my reaction was, Beastmaster sucks now, right? Because he had this Ags all along. They just buffed it. So you don't really know how strong it actually is until you actually see it in game. And then when you see the 10-second Roshan, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
All right, time to nerf it. Oh, 10 damage. Okay, still can do it. All right, time to nerf it again. Yep, very good.
Yeah. And then they also nerfed Ancient's magic resist, right? So it's like these slight buffs to this Axes build over like patch over patch where people just weren't going for it, so it didn't seem that good. But then all of a sudden it's like, okay, well this guy literally summons a little dog that can go stack Ancients for him, and now he can take Ancients, and now Axes do way more damage and they have no cooldown. It's like, okay, that's a little too much. Let's relax here, Ice Frog.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Ice Frog trying to slide in those memes is what I was going to say, in hopes that people would not notice them till later. Something that was also mentioned in that video is that these heroes continue to get these sleeper buffs over and over and over again until someone finally grabs them off the shelf and dusts them off and is like, that's been a while. Let's see how this one goes. Oh, Pugna there, or whatever it may be. And suddenly they realize, like, wait a minute, his shit is so strong. It's been buffed so many times. And that's just how it goes. We're still early on in this patch to find out exactly who is going to deserve the OP crown or not. But we have more to talk about here. Another big part of the patch that we had the players really break down a bit further here was the change up to the water runes and how the mid lane game was going to go. So let's hear their reactions and see how on the money they were.